Step into the game. We the Curry brothers, night and day network. We bring awareness to the community, spreading consciousness. With the truth, we chase greatness. In the darkness, we shine like the brightest stars. Using our platform to break mental prisons. You know who we are. From the streets to the stage, we never back down. Constantly evolving, we wear the crown. Mindful warriors, we're changing the game. Never stay the same. Night and day network, we're here to stay. Bring awareness and consciousness every single.
Don't be fooled by the internet. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. It's cool to use the computer, don't let the computer use you. You all saw The Matrix. There's a war going on, the battlefield's in the mind. The prize is the soul.
Yo, what up, y'all?
What in the hell is going on out here?
Yeah, we back with another update, y'all. Of course, we back with another one. So yeah, this is the one people been waiting on to see what's Jay-Z and Beyonce gonna respond to that Jaguar on Paris Morgan, and they did.
Right, the lawyers did.
The lawyers did. So we're gonna get into that, and we're gonna get into Dame Dash speaking out about Jaguar as well, and you know, and her not being sued for the things she's saying about Jay-Z and Beyonce, where to the point where she can ruin their brand, in which she can. And that's where the cease and desist is coming in that. So we're going to get into that. Dame also spoke on the R. Kelly and Aaliyah situation. You know, him while Jay-Z still dealing with R. Kelly after, you know, the grape allegations and all that stuff against you know, him for the Aaliyah thing. So we're gonna get into that. And he spoke on Diddy's lawsuit. I mean, you know, the 120 people that's after that paper. So we're gonna get into all that, man.
Make sure y'all smash that like button if y'all just getting in here. We're gonna get right on with the show.
I know y'all been waiting for this one. We know Jag. We know Jag. She was waiting for. She was waiting on to see if Jay-Z and them was gonna respond. Give her open lane to keep going and talking about this.
I mean, to tell you the truth, Jay's lawyers don't even got nowhere to even send paperwork to Jag. Jag ain't got an address.
Nope.
They can't even they wanted to, you know what I mean, sue Jag. If any of these people wanted to sue Jag, she ain't even got an address, y'all. They gotta have somewhere to send the paperwork.
Yeah.
She don't have an official address anywhere.
No, she don't.
And you know why? Because she ain't got nothing. So even if they did sue her and waste all that money, because you know lawyers, you know,
well, I don't think
she ain't got nothing. They wouldn't be getting nothing from her.
I don't think they care about the money. They want to cease and desist to get her to shut up and stop the lies. Because that they don't really care. They don't need money from her. They just want her to shut up before, you know what I mean? So they won't basically hurt their brand by her, you know, keep saying things and mentioning stuff and putting that out there on social media. You know what I'm saying? So that I don't think Jay and Beyonce care about suing her for money. They just want her to shut up and stop with the. You ain't got proof of that stuff.
Maybe they try to use that to sue the platforms that she goes on, because they can't sue her directly because she ain't got nothing.
Well, I don't even think they care about suing for money. I think they just want her to shut up. That's why they sent the cease and desist.
Well, that's the point that I'm making. They can't. They ain't gonna make her shut up if they can't even get her in court to get nothing from her. She ain't got nothing to lose, right. So she'd never shut up. So the only people that they would have left to sue is the platforms that she goes on.
So
they can't sue her. She ain't got nothing. She ain't got no address. Right. You can't sue somebody who ain't got nothing, ain't got no address. They want her to shut up, but she ain't got nothing to lose, so she would never shut up. And she do make a lot of stuff up. We know this.
She ain't gonna shut up. Nope.
She ain't gonna shut up because she ain't got nothing to lose. When a person ain't got nothing to lose, they will never be quiet. So the only thing that Jay's lawyers can do is sue the platform that she goes on.
Or
to try to get
yeah,
you know
or
what I mean,
try
to
to
make
get
it dangerous to have her on your platform, because you could, you know what I mean, you could get sued and lose your career.
Well, what Piers Morgan did, he had to edit it out the video, so he edited all that out that video. Everything she said about Jay-Z is not in that video no more. It's gone. They got rid of it. It's gone.
Because they assume, because so this is to make
Morgan
all
had
the
to
people
apologize.
quiet who's saying that, oh, if Jag is not telling the truth, why ain't nobody suing her? Because you can't sue somebody without an address and ain't got nothing anyway. So look like Jay and them is going after the platforms that have Jag on there that's spreading that information. But of course, it have to be a platform like Piers Morgan, that's getting millions of views.
Yeah, but if they gonna go at YouTube for her saying all this stuff on YouTube or TikTok or Facebook, I don't think they got the power to shut them down.
That's another whole live stream right there.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Going after the technocrats, that's another whole live stream.
Yep. So tap that like button if y'all just coming in here. We're gonna get into this, y'all. Let's get into this. Because Piers Morgan started off the whole show addressing that. He started off the show with that right away. You know what I'm saying?
I expect all these people in these lawsuits that will raise some eyebrows.
How big an eyebrow raise are we talking about? We're going to be talking about names as big as Diddy, potentially. These are crimes that are so serious that it would likely leave Sean Combs in jail the rest of his life, or nearly for the rest of his life.
I think he has an option, and that is popping a cyanide pill.
If he wanted to kill himself, he would have been dead already.
But Joe, I mean, you might have said the same thing about Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, you didn't wait for the best part yet. He's going to be indicted for the murder of Tupac and the notorious B.I.G.
The shocking allegations leveled at Sean Diddy Combs.
Now, Piers Morgan, why you show that fake picture of Tupac and Biggie? Why couldn't you just show the real pictures of them? He showed a TV show version of them. But let's continue, y'all. Let's continue.
Burst the floodgates on salacious claims about an industry many people believe harbored a monster. Understandably, the internet's ablaze with claims about these events and whether other powerful figures were involved too. Well, last week, I interviewed Jaguar Wright, a singer-songwriter who's made claims about Diddy for years. Those claims had already received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms for many years. And that's the thing about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as there's something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored, but like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too, and we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce. Well, now Sean Diddy Combs is reportedly putting together an OJ.
Yeah, he ain't want that smoke. Paris like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and just honor what y'all said. I'm going to cut that out the video. Yeah, that's the. Now that's crazy because she done went on all these other platforms and said millions of things about the Jay-Z and Beyonce on these. You know what I mean? But as soon as she go to a public publication like Piers Morgan, them little hat lawyers is right on it. Them little hat lawyers ain't playing about that. First of all, Jay-Z and Beyonce represents corporations that dumps a lot of money into them. They're not gonna mess their bread up by having Jaguar out here lying like that. Because she can damage their brand by going on these big publications like Piers Morgan is speaking and saying that stuff, especially with no evidence. You don't have evidence to even talk like she talking. You know what I'm saying? So you know they're gonna be on it. They're gonna send them cease and desist to everybody. That every big platform she try to go on and speak that stuff, they're gonna send a cease and desist.
She blatantly went on Piers Morgan and lied and said she had video footage of celebrities and all this doing this and doing that. She lying, y'all. If she had that footage, she would have been came out with that footage.
What Martin and Gina say to Tommy? Bald-headed lie.
Straight up lies. Now this proves right here that if they did have an address to send some paperwork, they would sue Jag.
Yeah. I seen Claudia Jordan speak saying she looking for the address of where Jag at so she can go ahead and send that paperwork.
They can't find it because it don't
Can't find
exist. They'd be suing her for nothing. She ain't got nothing to lose. She don't even show up to her court dates now. You think she gonna care about getting sued by them? She ain't got no money. She ain't got nothing. Only bag she got is the bags that she get when she do these interviews.
All right.
That's it. That's why she got to keep making stuff up to keep going. We know because she played that same game with us.
Yeah.
She knew she told us all the stories she had to tell us about the industry. So she started making stuff up as she went along. Like she'd get on, I got to get on y'all live stream real quick. And then she'd get on there and she'd act like she getting chased. Be like, yeah, I'm getting chased by Jay-Z people right now. Getting chased by the cartel. I'm getting chased by. Yeah, I mean, she'd get on it because she knew we'd give her a bag every time she comes on the platform. So it was the same pattern. So people will make up stuff just to get a bag from you. And then a lot of content creators will accept it because it brings numbers, even if they know it's lies. Blue couch. Blue couch. Blue couch. Niggas are making, you know what I mean? They know that they making up stuff, but it brings numbers. You know what I'm saying? People, you know what it is? It's just more exciting if Jag's stories was true. Yeah, I mean, sometimes the world is so boring to people that they just hear somebody talking with so much conviction. Because you could be loud and wrong at the same time. Yeah, I mean, they see her talking with so much conviction and they believe everything she's saying because it sounds convincing. Like she said about Orlando, his social media stuff interviews is some of his best work. Nah, Jag, you was projecting. That's some of your best work. You know what I mean? That was some of her best work. Going on there, acting like she about to cry on PIERS Morgan, say, "Oh, the women and all." I got 150 women right now that she knows personally.
Hundreds
that's been touched by Diddy. She knows hundreds.
She said hundreds.
But she never bought any of those people on our platform or any other platform. If she really knew these people, don't you think she would have been brung these people up on all these platforms? That she was quick to bring the white dude up on a platform. So yeah, this is somebody that I work with or whatever. Why you ain't bringing none of them Diddy victims or the women that you saved from Epstein Island? Why you ain't bringing none of them up on any of these platforms with you? Because they don't exist.
They don't exist, bro.
They don't exist, y'all. That's what we trying to get to, y'all. It's literally a scam. She's a con woman.
He said we obsessed. Nah, Jag obsessed with Diddy and Jay-Z.
What are niggas talking about?
We just doing commentary, bro. We ain't obsessed
doing commentary and letting people know
topic right
because
now.
There's too many people that's believing everything she says. And we know that she's capping.
Right. Let's smash that like button if y'all just coming in here. And let's go and get into this, man. We still got more stuff to cover with this. Let's get into it, bro. So this is the lawyer speaking on him representing the 120 people. So let's get into a little bit of that.
Legal dream team to defend federal charges on sexual assault, sex trafficking, and racketeering. Certainly looks like he's going to need all the legal help he can get. Well, last week, Houston attorney Tony Busby held a bombshell press conference to announce he's representing 120 alleged victims of the rap mogul, during which he gave new and disturbing details.
When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of.
In a moment, my panel will dissect and debate all of the latest developments, shocking developments. But first, I'm joined by attorney Tony Busby, who you just heard speaking there. Mr. Busby, thank you very much indeed. I want to read you a statement overnight from Janice Smalls-Combs, who is Diddy's mother. And it came by her lawyer, Natalie Figures. It says this: I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative credited.
So if you know, Jaguar brung that Legina up here saying that was R. Kelly's daughter. So if I'm trying to understand y'all that believe any old things she says, then why was she so quick to bring that Nigerian girl saying that's Aaliyah and R. Kelly's daughter on all these platforms? Since y'all believe her so much, why y'all don't ask about her bringing shopping the Nigerian girl around about being R. Kelly and Aaliyah's daughter.
Bro, could you please shed light on how this is affecting the real victims that may be out there? How she's bringing up all this stuff. How Jag is doing more harm by doing all this lying. And it takes the focus away from the real victims out there. So, because I see some people saying, oh, y'all defending the adult, what about the children and all this? We're not defending anybody. We just telling y'all that Jag is a con artist because she tried to con us. And she cons everywhere else. Everybody use her stuff for content because it brings numbers, even though they know it's a lie.
And that's the thing.
We caught her lying multiple times, and that hurts the real victims that needs to come out.
Back years with this.
Right. We go back years with this.
Even before y'all even was hooked on the Jag, we go back years with this.
Facts.
Y'all don't even
years,
know.
Y'all. Like that niggas ain't understanding
years
that we've done business with Jag for years now, and we know how she operate. She told us everything she knew about the industry. Us, Storm, Tasha K, Blue Cow, everybody. She told all the stuff that she knew. Now she has to make up stuff because she ran out of stuff, and she knows every time she goes and she tells a story, she gets a bag for it.
Let me see it. For y'all that's just catching on, I challenge y'all to go do y'all research and go back.
Right.
I want y'all just do y'all research and go back and stop butting in season 5, episode 10. Go back to season 1, episode 1. Y'all niggas coming in at season 5, episode 10, and claim y'all think y'all know what y'all talking about. We've been at this since the beginning, so we know what's going on.
Season 1. Yeah, we've been here since season 1.
Y'all niggas just coming in season 5, episode 10, and think y'all know it all. Nigga, go back to season 1, episode 1, bro.
And the thing is, you will see us in the episodes. We are in the episode.
In the episode, exactly. We did the cartoons on
even that. We watching the shit. We actually in the episodes.
We did the cartoons based off of Jag telling those stories from the beginning. We did cartoon episode series off of that. Come on now. Y'all think we are no better than anybody. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think we are no better than any damn body. Storm are no better than anybody. Tasha can't know any better than anybody.
But Jag brings numbers. That's what's important right now. Rather she's lying or telling the truth, she brings numbers.
Even the Blue Couch no better than that. You know what I'm saying?
They know she be capping.
Hey, like,
because everybody had Legina up on their damn show, and everybody knew that wasn't no Aaliyah's daughter. That wasn't no Aaliyah or R. Kelly. Yup, that wasn't no Aaliyah or R. Kelly daughter.
Yeah, y'all got to
still had her up on the show, even though niggas knew it was Cat.
Yeah, y'all got to stop butting in episode 10, season 5. Y'all niggas need to go to season 1, episode 1, and start there, and then work your way up, and then see if you still feel the same way about how y'all feeling right now. Let's continue though, bro.
Out of lies to bear witness what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he's had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Just first of all, your reaction to that statement from his mother.
That's exactly what I would expect a mother to say. You know, these allegations are shocking. These allegations are egregious. And that's why they have court systems, because
if you don't know this channel by now, then I think you need to go back to episode 1 of what Knight and Davey talked about and see and ask yourself if we concerned about any of the abuse or any of that. Make sure y'all go back and do your research on us too before you go come along and speaking about what you think you know and you don't know. Because like we said, we've been reporting this Diddy shit since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And this Jaguar shit since the beginning. So y'all niggas got to stop. Like I said, stop coming in at season 10, season 5, episode 10, and go back to season 1, episode 1, and start there before you come in here saying any damn thing. You got to check before you come in here saying anything. Make sure you check first. You can't just come in here blatant anything out. Y'all don't care about this and that. Well, go back and find out if we care about any of it, because we've been at this since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Press that like button while you're in here too, and let's continue, bro.
We will ferret this out in the court system. We intend to prove our cases. Obviously, we're not going to prove our cases at a press conference. And, you know, with all due respect to her, you know, I've talked to these victims, and I believe them. So that's exactly what I would expect his mother to say.
Your hotline took 12,000 calls in 24 hours, including many new allegations involving minors. At the moment, there's no class action. each case you take will be represented individually. But just the fact you've got 120 already that you're repping, and you're getting so many calls, what does that tell you about the scale of all this?
Well, I know that's reported 12,000 calls in a 24-hour period. And of course, that's true. I want people to know that obviously that's not 12,000 people claiming to be victimized by Sean Combs. That's, a large portion of those people calling are calling with, words of support. Others were prank calls and crank calls, as you might imagine, in this kind of situation. What's most interesting to me and what's most helpful are people that call that have bits of information, bits of evidence, video, perhaps pictures. And then, of course, we're particularly interested in people that had interaction with Mr. Combs and what they say happened to them and victims. But, I was trying to get my head around the fact that we're talking about thousands of people calling and hundreds of alleged victims.
I need one thing. I just need
when you put that in context and you think about
we already addressed
that.
I mean,
Wanda Fowler, won't you just start your own platform and you go talk about it? You could do what we doing. If you wanna hear people talk about that particular side of things so bad, you can start your own platform and you could go talk about that all day. You know what I'm saying? So anybody who got a problem about what part of this big thing that we addressing, because this Diddy and Jaguar and all this type stuff. No Diddy. It's a big sector. It's a lot to talk about what's inside of that. So you can definitely start your own channel and then go talk about those issues if that's the side of it you want to talk about. And anybody else, you got the freedom to go do that.
Yeah.
That's all. Smash that like button, y'all, if y'all haven't already.
Yeah.
Let's conduct that allegedly occurred over a 25-year period in multiple different venues, parties every week, sometimes multiple times a week. And the same MO each time has been alleged. Typically, it involves some sort of illicit substance placed in someone's drink, and then that individual is coerced or taken advantage of. And that's kind of the overarching theme here. And so a lot of these calls, on first glance, you say, my goodness, that's just impossible that many people would call with information who have been victimized. But when you look at it in the context of a long period of time in a particular
we haven't even seen the evidence yet to even convict anybody, anything. So the person coming in here talking about y'all don't care about the young children and abuse. Well, we all waiting on the evidence. We waiting for the trial to start so we can see the evidence. Like y'all publicly convicting people before they even go to court. Let's see what the evidence show. Because if you was being accused of something, you would want a fair trial as well. You know what I mean? To claim your case and be like, oh well, if you feel like you ain't do nothing or whatever, you want all the evidence to be presented. So let's start there.
Modus operandi.
Let's start with the evidence in the trial and all that, and see where it goes from there. You know what I mean?
Makes a lot of sense.
I mean, its numbers are staggering. You've also said that there are other big names that will come out in relation to these charges. He says the day will come, you said this, when you start naming names. When will that day be, and how big are these names that we're talking about?
People are very interested in that, of course. That comment has been repeated back to me, as you might imagine, many times. People are, waiting with bated breath, hoping that, I'm going to name these big celebrity names. But I can tell you this, I look at it in this context. If you attended one of these events, and we're talking about, we've heard about the white party and the freak-offs and the after parties, but there's also, impromptu parties at studios, after parties from concerts, album release parties, hotel parties. I mean, the list goes on and on. But in my view, if you attended those and you saw or knew that somebody was being given drugs, that their drinks were being drugged, and you sat by and either participated in some of this activity or encouraged this activity or allowed it to go on and helped cover it up, or were in the room while it was happening and said nothing and did not intervene, and perhaps attended more of these parties knowing that this type of conduct was going to occur, it's my view, that may not be the criminal justice system's view, but it's certainly my view, that you're complicit. And we intend to name people in these lawsuits. We're not going to do it in interviews. We're not going to do it, without doing our due diligence, because obviously, these types of allegations are very hurtful to people if they're not true, and very hurtful, frankly, if they are true. But if they're true, you shouldn't have been in the room and you shouldn't have been participating. So I anticipate that we're going to start filing lawsuits. And it may not be big names at first, but we have a long list of names. And you might imagine in situations like this, that when a victim tells us that this person was in the room or this person participated, we want to do as much due diligence as humanly possible before we file that case, because in the United States, in almost every state, public filings are in fact public. And, when you name somebody in a lawsuit, the press is going to pick it up, and we're aware of that. So we're going to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's. And
Yeah, I agree with that. They basically trying to build a case while he's in jail. Yeah. They should already have all the evidence they need by this time. Now they got all them people calling the hotline. Thousands of people, thousands and thousands of people are calling that hotline. It's hard to even vet them. Yo, JR, I think the video froze, bro.
Nah, I paused it. My bad.
Oh.
I had paused it because, I think, like I said, he's representing 120 people individually. It's not even like a class action suit type of ordeal. He's representing each individual 120 people. That's a lot of work, bro. That's a lot of cases. That's a lot of cases, bro.
That hotline stuff is suspicious though, and you ain't never see nothing like that. I ain't never see a Diddy abuse hotline, bro. I ain't never.
Well, I already know.
Never see nothing like that.
Well, I think he did that. I think the law firm decided to do that just to bring more attention to their law firm by doing that.
Bro, that's propaganda piece.
Yeah, we know that's not 12,000 people calling. That's a lot of prank calls, a lot of fake calls because the hotline's out there. Only thing it's doing is just bringing, attention to the law firm that's supposed to be representing these 120 people. They got the 120 people already. It's nobody else left. They already vetted the 120 people. The hotline shit is just to throw something on there just to bring attention to the thing.
Yeah, that's a propaganda piece.
Yeah, that's more time for the
media.
The
hotline is definitely a propaganda piece to change public perception.
That's
and
it.
To actually and get more people calling in. They ain't have nothing. Now you gotta think about all the people that's calling in acting like they was abused by Diddy. Like that's a line open up to the public, and you know how stupid the public is.
Yeah.
And they would tell, and they use that as propaganda. Thousands of people called up Diddy's hotline saying they were abused. You know what I'm saying? That's a propaganda piece. I mean, let's just be real. Like we said on this show, we're not saying that Diddy is guilty or innocent. We don't know until they go to trial and they come with the evidence. That's our standpoint.
Yeah,
we're not saying that no kids was abused. We're not dismissing anybody's story. We just pointing out the inconsistencies and the other stuff that's going on surrounding this big circus. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta be real. We gotta be sober minded and be able to discern what's going. With this hotline is silly, y'all.
Well, they said
the hotline that that's a propaganda piece. Let's just be real about that.
In 24 hours,
that's propaganda 101.
Let's continue.
And I expect that there will be some people named in these lawsuits that will raise some eyebrows.
Right. I mean, how big an eyebrow raise are we talking about? Because you've been hearing a lot of names, presumably, in the process of all these calls coming in. And you're a pretty smart lawyer, so you can probably work out the wheat from the chaff in terms of legitimate, plausible claims here in terms of victims. I mean, are we talking about names as big as Diddy, potentially?
I expect so. I expect so. Obviously, those are the names that people are interested in. But I've tried to make sure people focus also on corporate entities, to include banks and hotels and perhaps even pharmaceutical entities.
And that's where the ketamine comes in. That all the prescribed drugs, the ketamines, whether they was popping Zanies or whatever other pills they was using, that's where the corporations, that's where those pharmaceutical people come in at, and doctors that was involved with writing fake prescriptions, and you know what I'm saying? Because some of those drugs you just can't get on the streets like that. You know what I mean? And if you do get them,
how they get on the streets is from people who work at those companies.
Yeah, and
that's how they get on the streets anyway.
Sometimes if them drugs get on the streets, they cut with all types of different fillers and fatty. So you can't really trust those, buying those off the street. So for people to party at a Diddy party and take those, they would have to come straight from a clean source, like a pharmaceutical company or a doctor that could prescribe
that were maybe not directly involved, but were certainly benefiting and profiting from this kind of activity. Those I'm interested in as well. But we've seen all over social media the pictures and video of all the various individuals that attended these parties. And look, I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night.
Yeah, but you gotta realize them attending those parties doesn't mean that they all did something criminal. Because you got the party, but then you got the VIP party, the party, where they said the freak offs take place, which is not a crime in freak offs neither, unless it's some criminal element, criminal things there. Underage people being
Right.
held against their will,
Right.
certain drugs being used, guns out, and then that turns into criminal. But a freak off or orgy by itself is not criminal if it's
Facts.
consensual adults. So just because you see famous niggas at Diddy party, don't mean everybody partaked in that. So
And
we
that's
need to see
fact.
evidence. So we need to see evidence of the people that actually partaked in that. If they got tapes or recordings or anything that they can use in the court of law, that's the evidence that needs to be presented. Not because a nigga was just there. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
I know that at these types of parties, things go on. I know that there's, sex occurs out in the open and things like that. That's not illegal and that's not probably actionable. What I'm focused on is when people are lured to these parties, coerced at these parties, given illicit drugs at this parties without their knowledge, and then they're taken advantage of. And people in the room know this is happening and participate in it and do nothing about it and then tacitly cover it up. Those people, in my mind, are just as liable as the individuals who engage directly in the activity.
And of the 120 cases you've taken on so far, what percentage involve minors? And what is the split of male and female alleged victims?
It's about 25 out of the 120, but as you might imagine, since we did the press conference, that number is growing.
Sorry, 25 minors or?
25 minors out of
Wow.
the 120 clients, yes, sir. And the minors, they kind of fall into two categories. One would be the category of individuals with stars in their eyes trying to break into the entertainment industry who were either scouted or somehow found their way to a studio or to a location where they were being screened. And either the allegation is Mr. Combs himself or those around him involved took advantage of these people in some sort of quid pro quo to try to make them a star. And, in some of these cases, it was the parents who were essentially handing their child off to a group of people that they trusted and who they thought were going to make their child a star. That's one group. The second group of minors would be individuals who were recruited, whether it be in a hotel lobby, whether it be at a show from the crowd, invited to a after concert party that made its way to a hotel, whether it be to some of the parties that we all heard about. They went there at age 16. There's a few that, for instance, attended a party in the Hamptons and they were only 16 and taken advantage of there. So it pretty runs the gamut.
Yeah, but how do we know without evidence? Because that's what the same thing they try to say Michael Jackson did at his home, that he was touching little boys at the home and all that. And it comes to find out that was so. How do you really? Is there like the evidence? Like, is there? I don't know, because anybody could say anything. Like the two white dudes that's grown up now, that Oprah had on the show that they did the documentary with, they lied about Michael Jackson touching them. So how do you even determine what's real and what's not with that situation?
Hardcore evidence, what they claiming that they got. They saying that it's tapes floating around, so obviously they got some hardcore evidence that they haven't released to the public yet.
Right.
That these entertainers was getting involved in.
Right.
And it's like they building up more cases on more celebrities because as they go through the tapes and they see anything illegal with celebrities either standing by watching or participating, they go into jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's what we waiting for. We waiting for them actually presenting real evidence to put these guys away. Other than that, we just got to take it with a grain of salt. Let's just be real. Because everybody deserves a fair trial. Everybody's entitled to the innocent until proven guilty side of this. See, if we get rid of that, then these corrupt cops and all can mess with anybody.
It'd be like Judge Dredd.
They could frame anybody. Yeah, they could just put anything on anybody, even if they didn't do it. Do we want to live in that type of society? Like where that's running rent? It's already a problem now. But just imagine if everybody was on board with it.
Watch the movie Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone. You know what I mean? Where the law authorities, the law was the judge, the police, and all in one. Watch that movie. But that seems like that's where this situation could be heading if people was already convicted before they even step into a courtroom. That's crazy to me, bro. Convicted by public opinion. That's crazy to me, bro. Let's continue. But I'm thinking, all right, the celebrities is just the catapult to bringing that on all of society. Because, like we said, we're going into a place. We're going into a situation. We're going into a situation where these technocrats is actually building some type of constitution online where it's going to be tied into the financial system. So, say if you say something online on your Instagram or any of that, and you get penalized for it. So now that's linked to your financial thing where you ain't gonna be able to spend your money. You ain't gonna be able to get no Uber. You ain't gonna be able to
Not
shop.
just financial, but your
yeah,
job. Your job
yeah,
is
your
in
job,
jeopardy.
yeah. Well,
Your
everything.
career is in jeopardy.
Well, they could do that now.
Nah, but it's even easier through getting the propaganda out is easier through the social media because everybody carrying phones around in their pocket.
So
you constantly got them up to your face 24/7. That's even worse than radio and television and newspaper.
We see where it's heading, bro. Like we
see where it's heading.
You know what I mean,
we gotta be careful with this. We can't be too far to the right or too far to the left. We gotta be balanced in our thinking. Like you gotta think about it. We want people to be proven that they're guilty. Like, all right, I know a lot of people don't like Diddy and he's arrogant over the years, and of course, you know what I mean. Other people been saying the same stuff about, but we still need to see the evidence of everything that he did to put him away. That's fair. Everybody should get that. Yeah. Everybody should get that. We're not saying that the nigga innocent, and we ain't saying that the nigga guilty until the trial is in. You know what I mean? And then till the trial is in, and they bringing out the evidence. Exhibit A, Exhibit B. We got this celebrity on tape. That celebrity on tape. Look, this man just stood there and watched all this happen. He ain't even do nothing. This one participated. This one actually is accomplice. He actually got to lure them in there to even. You know what I'm saying? We need to see those types of evidence first before we start going around saying he's guilty. He's guilty. We know he did it.
All right, so before the trial start, that means everybody that if they do have evidence of that, that means everybody will be in custody before the trial even start, because it don't make no sense to have that going on in trial and showing all that and niggas is free.
Bingo.
If they stood by and watched it happen, then they not going to be free while the trial's going on. They all going to be in custody while the trial's going on. Whether they get bailed out or, you know what I mean, get bonded out or not, they still gonna have to face charges because they have the evidence. So until we start seeing them picking up other celebrities and putting them in custody and all that, that's when we know they got evidence and it's getting real. But right now they just got Diddy. That's it. They only got Diddy in there. We don't see them handcuffing any other celebrities or anything right now yet. And that's what we're waiting on. They saying they got evidence of this, and that. That's what we're waiting to see. So let's continue.
The allegations obviously are very egregious. We have to be very careful and responsible about how we pursue these. These are individual cases. Will be filed. Each case will live or die on its own merits. Each case will have one or more defendants. In some cases, they'll all, may be different. Some will be filed in New York. I would expect most of them will be filed because New York has a statute of limitations that's pretty generous. New York State has recognized that these types of allegations, it takes people a long time to come forward. It takes a lot of courage to come forward. So New York has recognized that. I think California has too. So I would expect most of these cases will be filed in those two states. And we're gonna pursue these cases aggressively. And the reason for the press conference is because I wanted to make sure that we, Sean Combs obviously has been arrested. He's been indicted. His bail has been denied, I think, 3 times at this point. I don't expect he's going anywhere. We want to make sure that every entity and every individual who had some role in this, that we examine that, and if the law supports it, that we bring them in and make them a part of this case as well.
And just on that second point.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bring this forward a little bit. Man, if y'all just come in there and smash that like button, man, we still got a lot more to cover. We got Dame Dash. I mean, we still got more of this to cover. So we want y'all to, just sit back and chill, relax. We're gonna hop into a quick commercial break, and we will be right back after these messages. So stay tuned, man, because we got a lot more to cover with this, man. So I want to make sure y'all, make sure y'all stay tuned and all that. We'll be right back after these messages. All right.
Do you have neurological pain, chest pain, heart palpitations, headaches, brain fog, anxiety, insomnia, fatigue, and abdominal discomfort? With all the environmental disasters and contaminants plaguing our land, water, air, and food, we need something to counteract all the pollution that is making us sick. This is where zeolite comes to the rescue. Millions of people have been using detoxification supplements to remove harmful toxins, pollutants, heavy toxic metals, as well as to balance pH levels. Lower the risk of risks like cold and flu, support the immune system, and improve nutrient absorption. What is zeolite? Zeolite is a volcanic ash that forms over time when ash and lava react with alkalized water, resulting in a compound with a very strong cage-like structure and a negative charge. Zeolite is one of the most fascinating and powerful nature remedies available. Great to detox and balance your body. Health benefits of detoxing. The removal of excess heavy metals can improve overall health. Detoxification helps balance a body's pH levels. This product provides 30 capsules, 1 month supply, ships within 3 days. Purchase now at Night and Day, netmarket.com, and haven't been evaluated by the FDA. We do not claim our product cure or treat any ailments. Please consult with your medical healthcare provider to see if ZeoAid will be right for you.
All right, we back. That's nightandayherbals.com. The links is in the description of this video. We got natural CBD on there. We got everything on there from detox to hair care, skin care, everything natural. We don't deal with nothing synthetic sprays, none of that. Everything naturally grown. I mean, everything, herbal wise, natural herbs. So that's nightandayherbals.com. Take advantage of the 20% off by using the discount coupon during checkout. So let's continue, bro. We got to continue getting into this. All right,
Esther Cracker. Esther, we've been sitting there. My jaw would have been dropping if I wasn't doing the interview. Your jaw was dropping about what we were hearing there. Some real extraordinary detail about this Houston lawyer's 120 cases. What struck you from what you just heard?
I think the most shocking thing, and you saw my jaw drop when he said there are just as many men that came forward as women, and that actually it looked like the systemic abuse of men started really to ramp up in 2015. And I can't believe it. This is a complete monster, not because of the gender of his victims, but because clearly he had no limits. And I would actually, say that with regards to what his mother said, the statement that she released, she's clearly in denial, right? Because you can't have this wave of people coming forward and this much evidence, even from the Cassie video, and still say that your son is
that's interesting.
That's
because,
bizarre.
If I hadn't seen that video, I've always taken the view with all of these things, particularly since the whole Me Too thing blew up. You've got to wait.
Yeah, that's choke no joke on Piers Morgan. Yeah, see,
justice to be
get into that too.
Carried out. You've got to see due process take place. I think it's so important. But when I saw that video, when I saw what Diddy was actually capable of, in plain sight, in a hotel corridor with this girl that he was just beating up, that was so shocking that I thought that, wow, this guy, A, he's not the person I met several times, who was very charming and nice. He's somebody very different. And B, he's probably capable of pretty much anything.
Well, you know what made it worse? The apology video afterwards, where he didn't mention Cassie's name once.
No.
He sat there and pontificated about how he
It wasn't an apology, was it? It was more of
apology.
I'm in the shit here. I need to get out of it.
Well, yeah,
right?
it was just horrendous. And I think his mother is quite clearly in denial. I think on some deep level, she knows that this is a product of a household that she, and I'm assuming his father, ran. I never really think that people who are predators on that level just do it because, somehow they get power and they can get away with it. You really have to have a mentality, a psychology that's imbued in you from a young age. He either grew up in an environment where respecting people, particularly women, was just not a thing, or he was entitled and raised with this idea that actually if you amass enough power, you can get away with systemically abusing people. And I think we actually need to look at the households that produce a lot of these predators, a lot of these serial rapists and sexual assaulters, than just looking at them as individuals who've decided to go rogue. It's much more systemic than that.
Let me bring in Choke No Joke. Now, you were part of Diddy's entourage at a commercial event a year ago where he was welcomed like a king by fans and industry people. We've got some relay of that. This is Diddy as we knew him before the scandal erupted. It was actually just before the video got leaked as well to CNN of him beating up his then girlfriend at the time. Are you as stunned as everybody else, Choke No Joke, about what's happened here to Diddy?
First of all, let me say hello to you, Piers Morgan. I am surprised at a lot of the allegations, but I want to correct you. I wasn't a part of his entourage. I was there independently, documenting as I do. And
I see. Yeah.
I know him from the past. So yeah, I was there to document the revolt.
But you have attended, and if I'm mistaken, you have attended these freak-off parties at the invitation of Diddy on occasion. And there was one party you said when Diddy tried to come on to you and looked at him like he was Beyonce in a bikini, you said. You were invited by...
Yo, what the hell, bro? When the hell Choke say? When the hell Choke say that, bro?
Right, where Piers Morgan getting these? What
the hell? Yo, when the hell Choke Joke say that? That's crazy, bro.
He could have. I
He
mean,
could have.
that's
Right.
wild that
Probably
Pierce
saying it out of trolling,
dug
though.
that up. Right.
Yeah, Pierce dug that right up.
Yeah, he dug that up.
Right. He said, that's crazy, bro.
Diddy personally, an industry after party, said there were also women there who were known in industry to be gay and so on. I mean, just when you say you're not
All
shocked
right,
by
let me
some of
clear
this-
that up because you like mashing a bunch of stuff in,
Okay.
Together. All right, one, it wasn't a freak off party. Well, it may have been. I'm not sure because I didn't go inside. But it was I wasn't invited by him. I was actually with Little Kim and Hillary Weston, who was Little Kim's manager at the time, and we went to the BET Awards, and then we went to an after party. At the after party is when Diddy or Sean Combs invited Kim to meet us at the CEO Steve Rifkin's house. When we went to Steve Rifkin's house, which would be that after party, I was at that house that's where Diddy came on to me at. And there was a lot of people there, but I was on the outside, the back porch of the house. I never went inside.
Okay.
So whatever went on inside, I didn't get to see.
And when you say Diddy,
but he did come on to me.
Yeah, I mean, so tell me about that. I mean,
No Diddy.
What happened?
As far as what?
Him coming on to you.
He just made a pass at me, and I denied it, all with looks, and that was it.
How did you respond?
And that wasn't it. Once I realized that he was hitting on me, and I looked at my environment and realized that most of the people there were gay or bisexual, then I caught on to where we were at, and I grabbed Hillary Weston, and I pulled her outside, and I told her, "Hey, Diddy's over here hitting on me. Go get Little Kim. We are leaving," and that's what we did.
Because there have been a lot of rumors about
How did he
Diddy's
pull her
sexuality. And I think
outside
it's
if she was in the party and he never went in? How did he get her out of the party?
I don't know. Maybe
He said he never went in.
Maybe he sent somebody in.
Bro.
Oh, choke just full of crap.
Yeah, who he sent in? He
All right,
just
who
said it was
knows?
just him and Lil. He said it was Lil Kim and the other. Who else did he send in?
Shit, I don't know, bro. Choke can be lying.
Be relevant in the
I don't know. That's his account. But like I said, we can't confirm or deny.
Lawyer.
He said he ain't go in there. I don't know about that.
Yeah, we can't confirm or deny because we wasn't there. But Choke, that's his account.
So Diddy just happened to be walking around on the outside of the party. The party is going on the inside. Diddy just happened to be walking on outside and see him and then come on to him. But he never went inside the party.
Like you said, we wasn't there.
He ain't go inside the party at all.
We wasn't there. So
I don't know, bro. I'm just saying, it just don't sound right.
It do sound suspicious.
It sound a little bit, but like you said, that's his account. I mean, I ain't gonna take that away from the brother, but yeah, how'd you get into that? How'd you go find her and get her out there if she went into the party?
I mean, it does sound a
You
little.
don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Let's continue.
In Texas, says that half of the victims that he's representing are male, which would suggest here that, and they're all connected in some way to Diddy, obviously claims at this stage, but that would certainly suggest that Diddy is at very least bisexual.
I would believe that to be true. From him passing on to me, a straight man don't hit on a straight man. But can I say one thing in regards to your last guest that was saying that his mother's in denial? I don't think that's a fair statement for her to say, and I don't like the fact that she said he was raised in a household with a mother and father and blah, 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 because I'm a guy that grew up in the projects. My mother always made sure I did right. My father always made sure I did right. But when I got on outside of the door of the other threshold, the streets told me different. And I did a lot of things that my mother couldn't even fathom today that I did. So when she says that, his mother's in denial or she may be part of the reason for his behavior, a lot of our behavior comes from being in the street and being in the industry. And I don't think that was a fair statement.
I think you misunderstood what I was saying. First of all, of course, individuals are responsible for their own actions, but individuals are not dug up from the ground or hatched from eggs. They're raised in homes. They're raised with values and cultures. I'm not blaming his mother in any way, shape, or form, but any parent whose child is accused of these sorts of crimes will undoubtedly just reflect and think, is there anything that I could have done? That's all I was insinuating. And also, she is in denial because we've all seen that Cassie video. Someone who is capable of treating Cassie like that, dragging her around.
Nah, his mom didn't deny the Cassie tape.
Right.
Yeah, his mom said what he did on that tape was wrong. She's just saying that that wasn't the end all be all of him being a monster. Like the people, I guess, she was defending him, saying he's not a monster. He might have made some mistakes or whatever, but he's not a monster. That's where that's his mom's account. That's where she was coming from.
Right.
If y'all read the thing, that's where his mama was coming from.
Yeah, we did a whole live stream.
Yeah, I don't. His mom wasn't excusing the stuff he did for the Cassie thing, but I guess she more so worrying about how the public was basically treating him before the trial. Like, you know what I mean? Like, basically convicted a nigga before he even go to court. Public opinion, bro. That's what we're talking about here. Public opinion, it seems
exactly
to be
what we're talking about.
It seems to be everybody's basing things on public opinion without seeing these evidence yet. And we saying we got to get back to that. We got to see them evidence. We got to see the hardcore evidence.
Yeah, because they are already talking like he's guilty. Like that's so I understand what Choke was saying about the chick. She's talking like, oh, like the mom like knew what he was doing and all, but none of us know what he was doing exactly yet. Because we ain't see all the evidence. Just because people coming out and saying this and that, you know what I mean? Not dismissing any victims or anything like that, any victims that might be real, but it still have to be tested because people do lie about these things also. So both parties exist. People who lie about being abused and people who've actually been abused. Now it's up to the court of law to sift through that. And until then, it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty.
That's all he's saying, bro.
Right.
Let's continue.
Like a rag doll. I'm sorry, you shouldn't be shocked when allegations of this kind come forward, particularly with the stuff like 1,000 bottles of baby oil in his home. First of all, what is he doing with all of that? And secondly, those poor babies that have been deprived of their moisturizer, right? At some point, if you're looking at it objectively, you cannot be.
Yeah, the way she's talking, you got the she's talking like he's guilty already. Like, lady, you gotta see, it's these people with these type of talking points. You know what I'm saying? She's talking like he's guilty already. Now we don't know what the hell that baby oil was used for yet. We might joke a lot. We might clown a lot. People make memes. We might, you know what I mean, make jokes out of it. But we ain't saying the nigga guilty because he got 1,000 bottles of baby oil. And the lawyer said it wasn't 1,000. It was a lot, but it wasn't 1,000. That's just to put the oomph on it to make the story more.
That's the propaganda side of it. Same thing with the hotline. The hotline itself might not be propaganda, but how the media presented and how that lawyer team presented it, it was in a form of propaganda. They saying thousands of people called the line. So if that's a hotline specifically for Diddy and all that, thousands of people called the hotline about Diddy. Now you're seeing propaganda pieces all over, and mainstream outlets is putting this out. Okay. So that already changed public perception. Like, if thousands of people is calling that hotline about Diddy, he must be guilty. So everything that they type or say going forward, in their mind, he's already guilty of everything that people accuse him of.
Like we said, we all waiting on the evidence. That's what I know. That's where everybody. I know a lot of y'all waiting on the evidence. Y'all waiting for the trial to start. Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all waiting on to see who's gonna be on. If they saying they got people on tapes and other celebrities on tape and other people, you know what I mean? That's the stuff everybody's waiting to see. We don't care about the freak offs. We don't care about the threesomes. We don't care about none of that shit. We don't care about the parties. None of that shit. We want to see what went on in there. If it was any criminal shit going on in there. That's what we all waiting for. I don't care about the nigga having a freak off, bro. That's not my business. But if it's people being held against their will or it's children in there, that's where my concern comes in at. But we didn't see none of that shit yet, so that's what we waiting on, y'all. So let's stop trying to, you know what I mean, jump the gun real quick and let's just chill, be patient, and let's wait to see what happens. Let's continue.
surprised after that Cassie video came out that he is also capable of doing the things that are being alleged against him. That's not to blame his mother. That is to say that if you're looking at this objectively, which of course she won't be able to because it's her son, you have to believe there's an element of denial there. That's not to say that people who grew up in situations will always turn out this way.
The truth is we don't know, right? We don't know. I think it's perfectly possible, as Chote just said, that you can be one thing with your parents, but if you then get out on the streets and you get led down various bad places, you can be something which maybe you're the one in denial to your parents. I can absolutely believe that to be but the truth is we don't know. But look, she won't be the first and won't be the last mother to defend the indefensible with her son. Let me bring in Andrew here. You're a former federal prosecutor. We've heard from a civil case lawyer who's got 120 civil actions. And I said to him, has he seen stuff that passes the bar of criminality? It's very hard to say because you need to go through the whole process of building a criminal case. From everything you're seeing about this case, do you think that there is any doubt that P. Diddy is going to end up going to prison for a long time?
There's a mountain of evidence against him, and the federal prosecutors who brought this case, especially in the complex way that they did, are sure to get convictions along the way. I think that their charge sheet is indicative of years and years of evidence that they have deeply investigated at this point that will lead to undoubtedly convictions, and that will lead to a significant amount of jail time. That said, there are going to be battles along the way, both in the criminal realm as well as the civil realm, because the devil is often in the details. So the prosecutors as well as the civil attorneys are going to have to prove their case, and in most of the situations, they're going to have to prove it on kind of a day in, day out basis.
The 120 people got to prove a lot of that stuff they accusing them of. They got to prove that stuff, bro. They ain't gonna win based off of them just saying what he did. You got to prove that.
You gotta prove it in court.
You got to prove that. You can't just, just say he did any old thing without no evidence. That stuff or witnesses or somebody. It got to be proved. So.
And that's social media right there. Social media, if somebody came up with a rumor, you automatically guilty if it goes viral.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So basically people want the court system to be just like public opinion without no evidence, just based off how you feel about the situation.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
We just watched them falsely execute a man. That Marcellus, falsely convicted and got executed, bro.
Right.
An innocent man got executed. So we trying to get y'all to see what's happening here. They're hanging people by public opinion. A public hanging, basically, is what's happening.
Right. Public lynching. Kill the beast.
So it starts off with the celebrity because they're the one that sets the stage. They're on the world stage, and whatever they do to them is what they can do to anybody at this point. So that's those people are there as prime examples. Those are people are being used as examples. Like we said, if Diddy was sex trafficking, we need to see evidence of him sex trafficking. Because instead of them trying to move the goalpost on the laws and be saying anything, this is sex trafficking, that's sex trafficking, and trying to move the goalposts, let's just stick to what the laws that's already there and base the case based off the laws that's already there. We don't need y'all coming in and trying to write more extra laws to try to, to go along with this, to try to push the goalposts. Nah, that's not what we supposed to be doing. We supposed to be going by
bending the law to make him look guilty.
Yeah,
bending the law to make him guilty.
You enforce the laws that's already there. Stop trying to come along and bend the law, just so you can convict the nigga and then basically open the floodgates to convict anybody on some shit like that. If it ain't, let's just enforce the laws that's already there, bro. Let's continue.
This specific thing happened. The general idea that there were orgies that happened, or the general idea that drugs may have been present, or some people did drugs. Some people had feelings like if they didn't do this, they wouldn't be able to advance. Some of that stuff is not going to actually raise the charges with sufficient proof to prove either in the criminal realm or the civil realm. They're really going to have to get those criminalized elements, or in a civil case, things that look like criminal actions, the kind of removal of consent, or the pushing through these acts without consent present. And when you see over 100 people in a civil lawsuit, certainly there is concern that people are jumping on a a bandwagon. Perhaps they were present and they're just saying that something non-consensual happened in one of those situations. So each of those cases are going to have to be tested. And I think the final point on, especially with Mr. Busby speaking earlier, saying that there are others that might be involved. I think the feds are going to be looking at all of those people involved and kind of giving them an option. Were you a victim? Are you somebody who we can have say something against Diddy? Or is this something where you're part of the conspiracy and we're going to add charges? Similar in the civil case. You know, he's not naming names. Is he trying to reach hush money kind of settlements here? I think that as he's pushing forward the narrative that there were many people involved, we want to hear those names and we want to be assured that there's not hush money agreements going on and that he's not simply dangling the idea that he's going to drop these names before he has the opportunity to reach a settlement.
Right. Yeah, I mean, on Fox News, their lawyer Brian Claypool said if Combs doesn't testify in this case, he's dead on arrival. Would you concur with that?
Testimony is something that I guess it has only some value to it, because of course he's going to deny it if he were to testify. I think what the case really comes down to is the corroborating evidence. It is difficult when an alleged victim goes in and simply testifies that this happened to me. Any case, whether it's criminal or civil, juries want some sort of corroboration. They want the feeling from the alleged victim that it happened and that it's reliable, but they want to look at that surrounding information. So are there videos that show it? And how can you interpret the different things that are in the video? What does the timeline look like, the text messages, the conversation surrounding the events? So it's all going to come down to corroboration on those individual cases. As I said, the devil's in the details. They're really going to have to prove the nuance of each case.
Yeah.
Facts.
I mean, Chuck, you chronicled the hip hop world for a long time. You know, I can't pretend that I'm massively shocked that the hip hop world is full of guys behaving badly and displaying it.
It's not just the hip hop world, Morgan. It's the entertainment industry, period. Hollywood is just
that's
more
crazy.
Hollywood too, bro. Like, you can't dismiss that. Piers Morgan,
Epstein and Weinstein.
Yeah, you can't dismiss that. Hollywood is the same exact way.
Right.
He's just trying to. That's what I'm saying. I feel like they trying to use this as a catapult to kind of dismantle hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
To tear hip hop down.
To tear hip hop down, because they know hip hop is like the leading genre in the world that's actually bridging the gap between cultures, even more so than religion is doing. So I feel like that this is a public attack on hip hop. Stop trying to use Diddy to bring down hip hop or any of these other figures. That's not hip hop. Hip hop at its pure form is just what it is. The business part, maybe, but hip hop at its purest form is still legit and still thriving, and it is what it is. They trying to use this to bring down the business, which maybe the business needs to be torn down because we've seen it been a lot of shady deals going on. A lot of shady things going on in that industry, business-wise, but that has nothing to do with the pure form of hip hop. And I see
think this is the music business. He should have said the music business,
not
just hip hop. He should have said the whole entertainment business.
Yeah,
because there were other entertainers in there. They ain't have nothing to do with hip hop.
Facts. Man, come on, bro. Don't make this about hip hop and make hip hop the focal point. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
You know
that's crazy right there. He meant the entertainment business.
Yeah.
At the very, very least, rampant misogyny. I mean, the lyrics are full of it. So there's been a kind of brazen celebration of misogyny for a long time in the hip hop world. Is it really shocking that Diddy and potentially other big names in the hip hop world have been, holding out the carrot of record contracts and stuff and using their fame and money to drug and abuse people?
Well, for me, I've been in hip hop for 30 years, even before I was born. I have a documentary out called The Hip Hop Nucleus, a documentary on the Tunnel, which is out right now. But that I've been in the club since Diddy was performing at the Tunnel. I've been shooting him before he was a millionaire. So I've seen all these guys come from nothing and go to millionaires, to multimillionaires, to billionaires, allegedly, right? But throughout my travels in the industry, once I got to a certain point, like BET, I started to notice a different change in the industry where it was more of gatekeepers and, I had to succumb to homosexuality. There's drugs being passed around. And, I don't do these type of things. My mother's a recovering addict over 30 years, so I would never do drugs. But yes, these things are a part of the culture, and the sexuality is a part of the culture. And if you don't succumb to it, like myself, my career suffered because I didn't succumb to homosexuality or the drugs.
I mean, Esther, it's, like I say, I can't pretend I'm massively shocked. It is shocking to see all the scale of it.
Yeah.
But am I shocked that top hip hop stars were having pretty awful parties where they did pretty awful things. I can't pretend I am.
I mean, I'm a bit shocked at the lack of judgment. So P. Diddy had friends, right? He had accomplices, he had friends, he had acquaintances. Other than sort of the ground staff, the infrastructure that kept his sick operation ticking. He had high-profile friends. I'm not going to name them because I don't want to seem like this, but they were household names. They were celebrities in their own rights. They were artists, they were actresses, and all of that. All of whom, in the years that they've been friends with him had at least seen or suspected some sort of character defects, to put it nicely. And they still remain friends with him. They still chose to associate with him. And I draw contrast to 50 Cent, who I hope in my life I never get on the bad side of, because he is a complete bulldog. He's ruthless, right? But 50 Cent and Eminem always made it clear that they never.
Together?
Sorry.
I said, can I say birds of a feather flock together?
Well, yes, exactly.
All those people that you are naming about that's around Diddy, been around him, all these people, they all circled and they praised him at his time. Just 1 year ago, Diddy had the #1 album in the country with the Love album. He was celebrated. He got Lifetime Achievement Awards. He got the key to the city. They all celebrated him because they all playing.
Where they at now, though? They all dismantled and scattered like roaches after that. And a lot of them is kind of shaking in their boots right now because they
ain't on any of those tapes.
They're praying that they ain't on none of them tapes that Diddy was secretly recording, supposedly, allegedly.
Right.
Secretly recording people in his home saying he had like over 240 cameras in his home. Allegedly.
Hidden cameras too.
Hidden cameras.
Yeah, some hidden Johns. Fast.
A lot of them people around him is wondering, like, damn, do he got me in any uncompromising positions on those cameras where it may not be a crime, but it could ruin their brand, it could ruin their name. That's why Ray J was so adamant about getting Jag on and trying to figure out the truth and what's not, because Ray J hung around Diddy a lot, and he don't even know if he on any of them tapes or anything. And he out here just speaking and just, trying to get Jaguar to come on his show and speaking. Like, you don't even know if you're on them tapes, brother.
Nah, he want to try to get Jag on to discredit her, set her up some type of way. He know Jag ain't got no real information on them.
Yeah, like you don't even know.
So I don't think he's really worried about Jag exposing him or anything. It's just that the fact he's trying to get some of them numbers too. Because you see, he's doing interviews all over the place. He's talking about this Diddy stuff and everything all over the place. He's just trying to get his number. He's trying to
not only that, he fear of, the things he might say might start damaging his brand and his credibility of anything he got going on. So he's basically try to jump out in front of it real quick. Because she has been saying things about him in the past, like even on our platform. She didn't came on our platform and said plenty of things about Ray J, the Kardashians, Ray J, with the Whitney Houston thing, and Jag been on our platform and said all those things. And it's kind of it's been the same thing that people's been thinking over the years and saying over the years anyway. It's just that the way she says it is more effective because she know how to know how to animate it. She know how to animate it. She know how to, say project her voice in a certain type of way,
right?
Her eyes, and make it look believable, because she ain't only doing that but saying the same things people been saying over the years, but she's a good storyteller, so she know how to animate it. You know what I'm saying?
And she used her little short time in the game that she had in the game
to make people
think,
right. So a lot of them niggas fear that too. So, and that's proven because Jay-Z actually and Beyonce legal team actually responded to that interview and got him to take all that shit out that interview. Whatever she said his name, it's all going. He edited everything out that interview where Jag was speaking on Jay-Z and Beyonce's name.
Right.
So you can tell you right there that what she's saying is dangerous, what she's saying. And she don't really care because I don't think she care. She living on the edge anyway, so she don't even really care about what happens, bro. I don't even think Jag cares if she lives and dies at this point. So she going all out the way she saying these things, and she don't even care. You know what I'm saying? She just going all out.
I don't think that is the fact that what she's saying is dangerous. I think it's just that, like you said, it changes public perception. And a lot of that stuff, if they were to go after Piers Morgan with lawyers, then it can't be all true. Because like people were saying, oh, if Jag ain't telling the truth, why nobody suing her? Well, they can't go after Jag directly. We already said why. She ain't got an address, number one. And number two, she ain't got nothing. So all people are left to do is go after the platforms that she's on. So what did they do? They went after Piers Morgan and had Piers Morgan, cut out that segment of the show where they was talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, bro. Let's continue.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
In the same cesspool. But now that he's in trouble, the reason why you don't see no support is because they might get pulled in. But Diddy lived a rock star life, no similar to Guns N' Roses and Aerosmith. All these guys had groupies. They all did drugs. They all went on tour. The only difference between R. Kelly and Hugh Hefner is Hugh Hefner made it to the made it to the grave with a smile on his face. All R. Kelly did was try to be Hugh Hefner. So all these people, they all, is black and is white.
Well,
right?
Hugh Hefner, to be clear, hang on. To be clear, Hugh Hefner didn't sleep with minors that we're aware of, and R. Kelly did.
I mean, Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, but there's girls that he popped Quaaludes in their mouth. You ever hear the girl talk about how when she first met Hugh Hefner, first thing he did was make them try drugs? He drugged them?
Yeah, I'm just saying that there was a difference between minors and adults who were on the...
Piers Morgan. Now, that's the entertainment industry, bro. That's the entertainment industry, first of all. Now, we don't know for sure, but we could kind of like guess that because he has had underage women on the front of that magazine. 14, 15, 16 years old in the Playboy magazine. So for you to say that, Piers Morgan, you got to be 100% sure of that because he had underage girls up at that Playboy mansion, and he had some of them inside the Playboy mansion book. I mean, the Playboy books. You know what I'm saying?
There's stuff floating around about him that his exes put out there, his ex-girlfriends and wives and all that put out there, and other ex people who lived in that mansion with him said it was a horror house. He was horrible. He did all types of crazy illegal things in there.
Right. I'm pretty sure he had plenty of freak offs up in there with underage. I mean, if you can put underage girl inside the magazine, no telling what you doing up there in that mansion if you doing that.
He got kicked out of the first city he built the Playboy mansion, and I think it was Chicago. Was it Chicago? It was Chicago. They kicked him out of Chicago because all the illegal things he was doing with underage and drugs and all that in the first mansion that he built in Chicago. So yeah, you can't just limit this down to he gonna say the hip hop and the misogynist lyrics and all that. This stuff been going on before hip hop even existed. When the entertainment business was built in the early 20s, 1920s and all that, they was doing all that. It was the entertainment business. It's the entertainment business, period.
And these things been going on since the beginning of time, my brother.
But we talking about the entertainment business. Yeah, we talking about pertaining to this Diddy stuff and with Piers Morgan trying to just make it look like it's hip hop and from what I'm saying? No, it's been going on. I'm talking about the entertainment business, period. In America. Yeah. Since the start of Hollywood, they've been into this type of stuff.
Yeah,
ain't you do the history.
Right.
So it's not just hip hop. Don't just try to say it's just one genre or just one. No, it's the whole entire entertainment business.
Right. Yeah, they trying to that's the thing. See, now I'm starting to see that. I'm like looking and I'm waiting and I'm seeing if mainstream media are going to start targeting hip hop and saying it's a hip hop thing. And they're starting already. I'm starting to see
that's where they going with it.
Bro, I'm starting to see little drops here and there. And they remember when TMZ ran up on Method Man to ask him, since Diddy's being taken down, did that put a damper on hip hop? He's like, not the art form. You know what I'm saying? The business, maybe. Hip hop at its purest form, nah. Diddy don't determine the whole hip hop. Whoever they decide to, whoever gets taken down, that's part of the hip hop world. That doesn't define the whole hip hop. It doesn't. But the media were going to try to spin that. I see what they doing already. They're trying to spin that, bro, and they trying to make it about hip hop as a whole. Nah, nigga, we ain't gonna let y'all do that. Nah, we ain't gonna let y'all do that.
They swept the Epstein and Weinstein stuff under the rug, and now are you still hearing about it?
Diddy. Yeah, see, the Diddy thing is Diddy's bet about to think you're gonna try him, make him take the fall for the Epstein, the Weinstein thing. They about to put it all on the nigga. They're gonna put it all on the nigga, man. And make us forget about Weinstein and Hugh Hefner, and they're gonna try to make us forget about all those white figures because they want basically or white or little hat community or however you want to, whatever they is, they're going to try to, you know what I'm saying, basically take them out of history and replace them with Diddy and, you know what I mean, and R. Kelly.
Right. And don't say they still can't go after Hefner because he's dead, because they went after Michael Jackson and he's dead.
Yeah, because it's really it's a legacy.
Yeah, they could go after, they estate. They could go after the estate.
Right. And the legacy.
Estate. That's what they want.
You know
Michael Jackson's estate. They still putting propaganda pieces out about Michael Jackson, and he's been going for years. Because you know why? Because they want to go after the estate that owns the Beatle catalog and all that stuff. So they could go after Hugh Hefner's estate. Since they want to talk about all the people who've been abusing women and men over the years and all that, why they ain't never go after Hefner? Why they ain't going after him now? Why they ain't, what, you know what I mean? Why we ain't hear about, not saying, not excusing anything that Diddy did, like we said. We don't know if these individuals are innocent or guilty, but they all had the same rumors been floating around about all these individuals. Why are you just focusing on hip hop and Diddy right now?
Right.
What about those? What about those flight lists and the laptops and all that? What about all that stuff? All the names that was on there, and it's more than just the entertainment business. You got the political side of things. You got the, you know what I mean? You got the CEOs and exec side of things, big corporate conglomerates. What about them individuals?
Hillary Clinton's email.
What about even you even heard rumors about the royal family even getting involved with some of this stuff? So what's going on? Why is it just all focused on the black man?
Not only that, the religious Catholic Church,
right?
Vatican,
right?
Why they ain't talking about Catholic Church? Why they ain't talking about Vatican?
They damn sure ain't talking about that because they always getting busted and nobody goes to jail.
And there be actual child victims of them people, and it's been coming out for years about that. So why they ain't trying to take down Vatican or Catholic Church? You know what I'm saying? We don't see that happening, but yeah.
It's victims from all those different, it's victims because wherever humans are at is going to be some type of abuse going on because humans are abusive creatures. It don't matter what profession you in. See, we got to start taking it away from, we got to separate these individuals from the professions that they do. You know what I'm saying? It's just a shitty person to want to go out there and hurt people. But they just use their profession as a guise to do it. Their power and all that they get from their profession as a guise to do it. So it ain't the profession itself or the industry itself, it's the people who's in it. It's their hearts that's doing it. It's their wickedness.
And they really trying to spin it and make it about hip hop, bro.
Yeah, they can't do that.
The face of it consenting. There's a difference.
Well, the minors have not been proved yet. Those allegations, and trust me, I'm not defending Diddy. I'm just saying, let's not just make it about it's just Diddy and let's not put allegations as facts until we see the facts.
No, listen, I totally believe in due process. There are lots of people spraying all sorts of names out there, making all sorts of wild claims. This scandal is getting bigger every day, and we've got to remain cognizant that a lot of people have their own agendas here, might have their own feuds going on, might have their own scores to settle and so on. I was going to ask you, Andrew, just from a federal prosecutor point of view, when you get a name as big as Diddy and there's lots of money flushing around in potential settlements, how wary would you be about people just trying it on, for a cash grab?
I think that's a big concern, that in the exploration to get to the truth, and that's what the prosecutors are going to be trying to do here, is they're getting to the truth in a manner that they can prove beyond a reasonable doubt. There's a lot of evidence that they can use along the way. They can take the dozens and dozens of people that are making these claims, and they can look to see if it fits into the wider scheme. Is that good evidence that they're going to be able to use to bolster their case? And I think one of the big missteps along the way would be if prosecutors or if the civil attorneys put forward cases or allegations that fall flat, something that is proven to be inconsistent, or something that shows that one of these folks was trying to create a buzz about them or trying to go for a money grab, and then that infiltrates and pollutes the rest of the case. So the prosecutors, the civil attorneys, they've all got to be very careful to bring only truly credible cases of criminal acts, not people with regrettable positions that they were put in, or things where they're looking back on this and trying to reframe it. Truly criminal activities are going to be the focus here, and making sure that those cases are highly reliable.
Well, that was a bit like we saw with Harvey Weinstein, wasn't it? Where there were many, many women who came forward, but they were quite careful, the feds, in the particular cases they took, so that they could almost guarantee conviction. And I think that's what they'll probably be doing here. Is, like you say, if you overdo it and you have too many cases you put forward, and some of them are suspect and collapse, you can have a very domino effect on everything. So they'll be very cautious, I'm sure. Just on something else there, Andrew, new court documents revealed today show that Sean Combs' lawyers have apparently made a third attempt for him to get bond. Now, one of the attempts involved $50 million, which in itself said to me, this is a very serious case against him, because for them to reject a $50 million bond was pretty unprecedented. The fact they keep trying to get it and keep having it rejected, what does that tell you?
Well, it tells me that the judge sees this as serious as the prosecutors do. I mean, these are crimes that are so serious that it would likely leave Sean Combs in jail the rest of his life, or nearly for the rest of his life. So the idea that if he were released, is he going to show up to his hearings on time, and is he going to not commit further criminal activity? The judge is saying that he can't be assured of that. I think some of us are surprised that Sean Combs actually remained while the investigation was going on. You know, after his house was raided, he didn't make the kind of grand flee effort to go to some sort of non-extradition type country. So I don't know where he'd go. He doesn't have a great kind of escape option, but these charges are so serious that I think that you can put this in kind of the life sentence category, and it's really difficult for a judge to justify letting somebody out when charges are this serious and this grave.
I completely disagree. I think he has an out option, and that is popping a cyanide pill. That's the first thing P. Diddy is going to do if he gets bail. He
hasn't done it yet. What I mean, he knew what was out there. He knew that the feds were locked in on him. If he was going to take the cyanide pill, or if he was going to flee the country, he would have done it.
I don't know. I think he's so
say something
arrogant.
real quick?
Let me bring in Chuck, because you know Diddy.
Can I say something, please? Yeah. Can I please say something, please? Ma'am, I don't know who you are, right? But I would like for you to consider that this is a man that has 4 children, right? There's more than 4 children.
7.
But he has 4 children. He has 4 children that don't have a mother. He has 4 children that don't have a father on the outside, right? Along with the other children. So as a black man, right? I don't care how detrimental your life is, right? He's not killing himself, and he's not fleeing the country with his children out here. Like, please have some compassion for
I'm sorry. This is a man who's facing sexual trafficking.
If he wanted to kill himself,
people might have said the same thing.
If he wanted to kill himself, he would have been dead already.
But Chuck, I mean, you might have said the same thing about Jeffrey Epstein.
Exactly.
Yeah, many of his friends would have said he'll never kill himself, but he did. He allegedly
who's to say that he killed himself?
Well, obviously,
I don't believe he killed
himself. I know the conspiracy
himself.
theories. We don't know. It is believed he killed himself, but we don't know.
And ironically, Piers, the cameras wasn't working when he hung himself.
I agree that there is a lot of stuff going on there, which is very.
I just think it's a bit too late for P. Diddy to try and start playing good daddy after the kinds of things he's being alleged or accused of committing, including
I'm not saying be good.
Well, I mean, ma'am, him being a parent to his children has nothing to do with, the things he's being accused of, far as with that. I mean, you got to separate the two. I mean, she said it's too late for him to play daddy, but he was been there for his children the whole time, but he was on some other shit. Same thing when, the mobsters go off and they do their crimes, they still go home to their families. It's effed up. Yeah, it is effed up that you participate in those things and it put your family in jeopardy. But you can't say that it's too late for the nigga to play a daddy, too late for the nigga to play a dad, because this situation he's facing. I mean, you still got to be considerate that he still have children out here too, as well.
She was implying like she was implying the fact that he wasn't a dad before, but he was, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
because he was in their lives every step of the way. Yeah. So yeah, I don't understand what she's saying either. I don't even know why they added her to the show.
I don't even know
that didn't even make no damn sense.
I don't even know who she is, bro. But she don't know what the hell going on.
Yeah, that don't even make no sense, y'all. We mean he's trying to play daddy now. He's been playing daddy.
That don't make no sense.
Puff Daddy. That's the name. Puff Daddy.
All right.
Ma'am, I'm not saying be good daddy. And his mother didn't deny or dispel anything about the Cassie video. She actually condemned him in that, but Pierce didn't read that part. But what I'm saying to you is the man ain't killing himself and he's not playing good daddy. It's just the fact that you love your children, good, bad, or indifferent. And I'm sure his children are very, very disappointed in their father. But at the end of the day, they don't want to see him dead.
Of course not. But that's not what I'm saying they want to happen. I'm saying that this has got so bad and so out of control that I don't think it's inconceivable that he will choose to end his life.
Well, you didn't wait for the best part yet. The best part didn't happen yet. The best part is
where he's
I believe allegedly he's going to be indicted for the murder of Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. I think that's what's coming down the pipeline. This stuff right here is serious, but I believe that he's going to be indicted for the alleged murder for hire of Tupac Shakur.
Can I ask you, Chuck, is that based on information that you know, that you've been told?
That's information on all the evidence that's out there.
Right, but have you? I mean, do you believe that evidence is correct? Do you think there's enough evidence that says that he was involved?
I mean, let me just interject. There's no evidence yet that Puffy hired Keefe D or any of the other people to murder Tupac. We didn't see none of that evidence yet. So there's no evidence out there yet.
Up with this,
you kind of messed up. We didn't see the $1 million pass off. We didn't see the check stubs or none of that yet. We didn't see none of that yet, bro.
Yeah, he effed up. Yeah, he effed up.
You was good up to that point, Joe.
Yeah, he was good. He effed up there. Ain't no evidence out there.
It was great up to that point, bro, but it hasn't been no evidence presented yet that Diddy had any involvement in the death of Biggie or Tupac yet. That's the things we waiting on. We waiting on these things to come out now. We can't just jump the gun yet.
The only thing that's happening is that Tupac's family is starting to investigate.
Yeah, they investigate. So let's see what happens with that.
Right. They don't have no evidence, but Tupac's family want to investigate to see if Diddy did have anything to do with that since it came out. But there haven't been no official evidence that Diddy had anything to do with Tupac and Biggie's death.
Right. And that's the thing.
Not no official, not nothing official, just rumors and suspicious stuff that went on both nights that Diddy could have been tied to. But there's no actual real evidence. Just like there's no actual real evidence of him trafficking. Yeah.
We waiting on that. We
haven't seen yet. I'm not saying that there isn't any, but we haven't seen it yet, and the trial have to start first. People's acting like the evidence already came out. The only thing that came out with Diddy is him beating Cassie behind at the hotel. That's what came out so far. And the fact that baby oil was found. And then everything else is just word of mouth. Diddy did this to me. Diddy did that to me. Diddy did this to me. Now, not dismissing any of those people, but that's not actual evidence yet. That stuff have to go to trial first, y'all.
Well, no, you gotta forget that they did find the guns with the scratch-off serial numbers too. So,
all that. I mean, a lot of celebs.
I mean, so we just waiting to see the things that they trying to convict them on. We're trying to, we trying to wait and see what the evidence being presented with that. So that's all we waiting on, y'all. We not saying the nigga innocent or guilty yet. Because we don't know. We don't know. Till the evidence is presented.
9-Day Network don't know if Diddy is guilty or innocent or not. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. The rest of y'all niggas don't know neither. You know what I mean? Until he go to trial and proper evidence is presented, you know what I'm saying? And then we can say, all right, if once the proper evidence is presented, then we can say, all right, the nigga's guilty.
All right. Let's continue.
I believe from all the evidence that's been out there, all the people that talked on YouTube, that the quad hit, Diddy was there with Jimmy Henchman, right? Jimmy Henchman had a problem with Tupac. This is why Tupac got shot at Quad Studios. To make a long story short, at the end of it, you have a guy named Gene Dale that works for Diddy that says that he saw a check that a guy named Eric Von Zip had, and he told him that the check was for the murder of Tupac Shakur. Now, there's a YouTuber by the name of Doggy Diamonds. Gene Deal tells Doggy Diamonds, yo, you saw the check for Biggie's life? And he corrects me, said, no, I saw the check for Pac's life. Eric Von Zip had a check in his right back pocket, and he said it came from Black Ground Records, right? Well, Jimmy Henchman was working with Black Ground Records. So if you tie the Tupac shooting at Quad Studio and you go all the way to the end of it, if there was a check, allegedly, if this was true, and Diddy did pay for the hit on Tupac and Suge Knight, and that check came from Black Ground Records, it leads right back to the Quad Studios shooting, where when Tupac got shot, Diddy was in the studio with Jimmy Henchman. But they don't tell that story. They make it look like Diddy was in the studio with Biggie. No, Biggie had went behind Diddy's back and got a deal with Atlantic Records and was having a secret meeting. Having a secret recording session for the first Junior Mafia album. They was recording their first song. Diddy found out that Biggie was having a session. He came to court. He was getting ready to bust in on Biggie, but the shooting with Tupac deferred the plan. But Diddy was going to bust in on Biggie find out that he had a whole nother deal. He was in there recording. So to make a long story short, Diddy and Sean Combs and Notorious Big Christopher Wallace had a publishing deal together. With that publishing deal, Notorious B.I.G. is to write songs and Diddy gets a portion of the money. What Biggie did, which was wrong, is he went and wrote all the stuff for Lil' Kim and Junior Mafia and lied to Diddy and told him that they wrote their own stuff. So back the day before Biggie died, Gene Deal tells the story of how he was smoking weed with Biggie and he was security. He was not supposed to be smoking. Biggie told Diddy that we need more security because Gene was high. So Gene in return tells Diddy, hey, man, Biggie, he wrote all the Lil' Kim stuff and Junior Mafia. Big and Diddy jumps in Biggie face. Say it, you wrote it, say it. And Big is like, oh man, come on, Diddy, right? The next day, Biggie was dead.
Well, that is what they call a dropped intro bombshell. Look, there are lots of rumors to that effect. I haven't heard it spelled out in quite the detail you just did.
Still
Absolutely
rumors,
fascinating.
that's
All I would
not
say
evidence.
about
Yeah, still not evidence yet,
that's
brother.
rumors. That's still, see, people still don't get it because it sounds good and entertaining enough to be true. So people say, oh, that must be true. There's still no evidence that he got him hit up because of that the next day.
Yeah, we need evidence.
You still need evidence. That's not evidence. Just because what's the name seen a check, you got to present that check now. That's not enough to convict anyone. I don't think people understand that.
Right.
I don't think people understand that, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, they don't get it, bro. But you know, they will.
I don't know what happened.
We ain't done, y'all. We got to get into this now. We got to get into this. We got to get into Dame Dash and all the things Dame Dash saying. So now Dame Dash would know pretty much anything Jag would say. Dame Dash would know more than what Jag would know because Dame Dash been around Jay-Z like most of his career. They like brothers pretty much. So I think he would know firsthand anything Jag could be saying, you know what I'm saying? I think he would know firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Because she wasn't around them at all. She wasn't around Dame Dash and Jay and them the whole time. We've seen her in various places with them, and that's it. Anything else, she doesn't have anything else. So she going on these platforms and saying the things she's saying without
don't even make no sense.
Without even being around or not even having any type of evidence to say the things she's been saying about these people. You know what I'm saying? And that's like kind of like you taking away from the real victims that actually been victimized.
Facts.
So stop going up there and playing games on these platforms and acting like you know something and you got something and you don't. Because if you did, like we said, if you have something, why the authorities not involved? Why are you not handing all this evidence over to the authorities? When you saying you want to take these people down, but you ain't got nothing to take them down with. I don't think they need Jaguar's account on anything, because if they did, they'd be subpoenaing her to come to court and testify. They don't need her for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So she's doing all this based off the fact that she's just trying to benefit off herself, and she just say what it is. You know what I mean? You're a storyteller. You like telling these stories. You want to be right about some of these things. Some of these things you have said been right based off the count of the stories that's already been out there. You know what I mean? Just tell us just say what it is. Keep it real with the people. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't go to no damn Epstein Island and all that shit. Now, Jay-Z and all of them been there because that's where the Fiesta remix video shoot was at, on Epstein Island. You know what I'm saying? In which they all was part of that video, right? You know what I'm saying? So she never been there, man. She been there in fantasy, but she haven't been there physically, been there to save no 3 women from Epstein Island. If y'all believe Jag saved 3 women from Epstein Island, y'all can press 111 in the chat. If you think she didn't save anybody, she just making that shit up just as a story, press 222 in that chat, please. I would like to see who believes that she saved 3 women from Epstein Island. I would like to see, you know what I mean? For y'all that come in here, y'all want to say everything she's saying is true, then I want to know if y'all think she really saved 3 people from Epstein Island. Or do she have tapes? She says she had tapes on celebrities and all that. She said, I have tapes of my own. Then where them tapes at? You know what I'm saying? If you believe she saved 3 women from Epstein Island, y'all already know. If y'all didn't, if y'all don't believe that, then y'all already know. Because that's crazy. Because I'm like, damn, well, why we ain't hear about this before? Why we just hearing about this now after the Epstein thing came? I'm like, well, I think you would have been start talking about the Epstein shit, right? From the beginning. Yeah. All right, we gotta get into this Dame Dash thing, man. But we got to get into a quick commercial break. Man, we appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. But we got to cover this Dame Dash. So if you ain't smashed that like button yet, please smash that like button. And if you haven't shopped with us at nightandayherbals.com, definitely make sure y'all go over there and shop with us. You know what I mean? Get your shea butter, your body butters. You know what I mean? It's natural CBD. You know what I'm saying? We got things for pain on there. We have natural detoxes on there. Soaps, lotions, everything that you need for the skin. Keep your skin healthy. You know what I mean? Everything to keep your internal body healthy. You know what I mean? If you're looking for a great bear moisturizer, fellas, we have that on there as well. The natural CBD sticks. You know what I mean? Go over there and shop with us. Take advantage of the 20% off. That's nightandayherbals.com. The link is in the description of this video and throughout the chat. And we appreciate y'all. We ship out fast. So we'll get your products. You know what I'm saying? At a decent shipping rate, But yeah, we got to get on and get into this, bro. We got to get into this. Yeah. All right, so this is Dame Dash, American New. I suggest y'all go over there and subscribe to Dame Dash, American New, because he is putting out some good content over there. He's telling a lot of, industry stories that, people probably need to hear or want to hear. I mean, he's been responding to Jaguar Wright. He's been commenting on this Diddy thing. He's been talking about Jay-Z, R. Kelly, Aaliyah, and different things of that nature. And he got his own app, the American New Network app that he put out. You know what I'm saying? His digital streaming app. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna cover some of this, man, with Dame speaking on the Jaguar Wright interview with Piers Morgan. the things she's been saying, and he gets into some things about R. Kelly and Aaliyah and Jay-Z. So let's go ahead and get into this, man.
On TikTok and virally, and a lot of the things that are being said often, it's hard not to trigger suspicion. It's just natural.
So, what are your thoughts on Jaguar Wright being mentioned all over national news?
Well, again, like for a long time, or at least I would say like the last couple of months or year, at least a year, I've been seeing on social media and TikTok, like bodyguards and, Jaguar and different people saying extreme things. But, it just seemed like it was just at social media. But when it goes to a national outlet like that and pop culture, number one, I think about it as a businessman from like my perspective. I'm like, I know how many people and how many deals that I didn't do because of people being afraid of what has been said in the newspaper. Whether it's true or not, people just don't like any exposure when it comes to big business, because most of the time it's not that person's money and they can't mess it up. They might get fired. So you play it safe. When someone gets on a national platform like that and it's said where everyone, that's not really good for business. I don't see how anybody would be able to continue to do business with someone after those kind of accusations are made.
And that's why Jay-Z sent his lawyers and them to shut that down, because it's not good for business as far as with the people they represent. They represent these corporate entities that invest in hundreds of millions of dollars and billions of dollars into Beyonce and Jay-Z's brand. And so they're going to do anything to protect their interests. They're not going to let anybody screw with their interests. And the thing is, by the things that Jaguar is saying, and not having like factual evidence or anything, as far as like anything that she's saying she personally know or witnessed firsthand with her own eyes, as far as Jay-Z or Beyonce or anybody from the code, it kind of put a damper on things too, as far as culture wise, because it's like, all right, this woman is saying all this stuff, but there's no evidence being presented when she's saying this. So it's kind of like, all right, it's kind of looking bad as far as culture wise. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she had like some hardcore facts about things and some evidence that can actually help out with taking these people down, then it would be more, accepted. But other than that, to this point where she just blurting out stuff and not even having the facts to even back that up, it just looks crazy, bro. And she making herself look crazy by even doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will want to be right. You will want to have some type of, if you saying these things, you will want to break the have evidence to these claims that you're saying. Like, why would you want to even say these things and you don't even have the evidence of it? Like, that don't make no sense to me. You want to be right about it. You want to help change things, but the things you saying that you witnessed firsthand with your own eyes in this, you don't have claims, and you saying you got tapes and recordings and this, but you're not using that to actually make a change. You know what I mean? So right now you just lying and you just doing it for attention, and you just say I'm your attention seeking mother. You know what I'm saying? Your attention seeking mother effort, man. You like the attention that's being brought because, you know what I mean, the music side of things for you didn't work out, so this is your other outlet. And just say that's what it is, man. Because you hurting things more than you helping. I'm gonna be honest. She's not helping. It's because it's like she's moving like a disinfo agent at this point. She's moving like a disinfo agent because she's saying she got hardcore evidence and facts, but she's not presenting it to nobody. she's not helping take these individuals down that she claims are monsters in the industry. Like, you're supposed to be wanting to do, you want to be right about these things. If you know what I mean, you got this evidence, you want to be sure about that. You know what I'm saying? But she's hurting things more than she's helping. Because it's like, all right, she's looking like a cuckoo bird.
She ain't saved nobody from no damn Epstein Island, bro.
She ain't saved no damn body, bro.
She never even been to Epstein Island.
She ain't saving no damn body, bro. Nothing. Like, you like nothing.
She been to Jag's Fantasy Island.
Gilligan's Island.
Right.
Gilligan's Island at this point.
She was on Gilligan's Island before she was on Epps Island, and she ain't saved nobody. She tried to save Legina, Aaliyah, and R. Kelly's fake daughter.
Yeah, and that's another thing. She helped perpetuate that lie that this Nigerian girl was Aaliyah's and
right,
R. Kelly's daughter. So it's like now you just moving like this info agent.
She was using it for content. She already admitted that.
Yeah, she did admit
said
that.
everybody's content, everything's content. So she'd make stuff up for content. That's what we trying to tell you. And it sounds real entertaining. That's why y'all want it to be the truth so bad. I mean, the way she put things in details, and how she add the emotion to it, and the things she do with her, where I mean, the movements and all that. It sounds really convincing. But we just telling y'all she's a con artist, and con artists are good at that. And plus she has a manipulating type of energy. Her energy alone.
So
just her vibration is manipulative.
It's taken away from people who are actual victims, that have actual claims. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have 100 people on standby that she talks to every day about that was victims of Diddy. She doesn't have 100 people. Jag don't even have 2 people. 1 person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to understand that. And then she sits up there and tells them that she's been in the industry for 30 years.
No, she hasn't.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like
that's a lie.
I'm trying to and listen, it's not about discrediting this woman. She's hurting things that's really going on with this situation.
Facts.
She's hurting things more than she's helping.
That's the problem right there.
You know what I'm saying? Because she's playing games when there's real things going on, and she's sitting up there lying and playing games to benefit herself. You know what I'm saying? When there are real people out here that's dealing with real issues as far as with the music industry. You know what I'm saying? So it just don't make no sense to me, man. But let's continue, man.
So in my mind, I'm like, well, I guess now he's gonna have to regulate that. Like, I know just from my personal experience how bad that is for business. And for defamation, when you go into court, you have to prove that you lost money, and whatever money you lost based on what that person said, if you could prove it to be untrue, then they're responsible for that. So just to me, to forget about popular opinion, just for business, I feel like, I'd be surprised if that's not regulated in some legal way. And if not, then that's going to make me really curious. Now, the things that she's saying, the thing about her is, like, sometimes there's a lot of truth to what she's saying based on my personal experience. I'm not going to say she's completely accurate all the time, but some of the things she said were things that I was actually thinking, but I was like, I could never say that because people would say I'm hating. But I know for a fact that, the thing she said, like the thing that the thing they all have in common is, R. Kelly and Puff and the Weinstein and Epstein. I know that my personal experience with the Weinstein, that I walked away, and I did pay in full with them, and because it ain't like I have to see somebody doing something so extreme and dark that, that's what I wait to walk away. There's small indicators, like if you're robbing people or you're talking to people bad, I don't want to be a part of that, so I'm not working with you. But so I walked away from Weinstein, and the homie did do business with him. When it came down to R. Kelly, there was a conversation had about the moralness, like it's morally wrong to do a project with someone that we know raped my girl or raped anybody for that matter. So I do know that conversation was had, and I was really surprised that he moved forward with that relationship.
All right, shout out to Medusa for the membership. We definitely appreciate you for the membership. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Becoming a member. We appreciate all y'all that just joined the membership. We appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all the love and the support y'all been showing us. We about to be at 70,000 subs soon. Thank to y'all. I mean, we didn't gain 11,000 subscribers in less than 2 weeks. We appreciate y'all for that. Yeah, I mean, we appreciate y'all represent. I mean, like knowing the channel fire. We bringing this commentary. You know what I'm saying? Y'all subscribing. We putting the content out. We've been working hard putting this content out. I mean, we, 3 million views and 11,000 subscribers later. And we are working our way up. We almost at 70. So we definitely appreciate y'all, man. You know what I mean? For tuning in and supporting us and buying stuff from our shop and getting us back on track, man. Because we was off track for a minute, but we back on. You know what I mean? So we appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Real talk.
Right.
So let's continue, man.
We back in the groove.
Yeah, we get back in the groove of things, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we working. We're working, bro.
I don't know Epstein, so I never had the chance to walk away from him. But I do know that when that project did come out, I didn't want any part of that project. I didn't want any of the money to go to Rockefeller or me when it came to Rockefeller. It was around the time that Jay was trying to kind of separate himself from us. And he was saying that he didn't want to be a part anymore. And we resolved that issue with, look, if you want, because he wanted me to dilute and he wanted Biggs to dilute. And I wasn't diluting because I know what I mean and what I do for business. And Biggs was ready to dilute, but our OG, Deuce from St. Croix, kind of stepped in and was like, that's not right. And that's how we resolved it. The way we resolved it was, yo, you keep all the money from that project. I don't want no parts of it. The best of both worlds. So again, I mean, that is true.
I mean, the only thing is that Dane was at the Fiesta remix video shoot on Epstein Island when they shot that, and Jay-Z and R. Kelly did the video. Dane was at that video. He was in that. Dane was.
That's where that was shot at.
Yeah, that was shot on Epstein Island, bro.
I didn't even know that. Wow, that's crazy.
So I'm trying to understand. I mean, I understand where Dame is coming from, far as with that, but at some point he still played along with it because, he was still dealing with Jay, still in partnership with him. He was in the video with them. You know what I'm saying?
Huh.
He was still in the Fiesta remix video. I mean, so at that time he probably didn't feel, strongly about it, or he probably did, but just ain't really express it like that, as far as like standing firm on it, like he's standing firm on it now. So I don't know, bro. I don't know what's in the man's mind and heart. I don't know what, I'm saying? That's only for God to judge. But with my own eyes, what we seen, he was in that Fiesta remix.
And that song is literally talking about the party. That's what the name of the song is. Fiesta.
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah.
The party.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good look since all this information is coming out.
Let me see if I can pull the video.
Yeah, that's not a good look, because I didn't even know that was on Epps Island. That's shocking.
Fiesta remix.
You gotta think about it. So they all intentionally went to that island. They knew who owned that island. Yikes. I don't know about that.
Well,
that's
And that's the leadway from Weinstein with them working with paid in full with Weinstein.
Yeah, but that's not even Weinstein. That's Epstein.
No. You can't hear me. Weinstein is friends with Epstein, so that's the connection.
That's crazy.
Right
that makes it even crazier.
That they was able to get that connection through Weinstein to even
brothers. Yeah,
get to that.
Brothers.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So let me see if I can pull this up. And like Dame said, he said he didn't know Epstein well enough to walk away. To walk away from him like that. So he didn't. He didn't really think nothing of it. But all right,
I don't know. Yeah, he definitely was in that joint.
All right, so I'm gonna just skim through it. I ain't gonna play it. I'm just skim through this joint.
Yeah, we can't play it on here because
that's
copyright.
So, R. Kelly, Jay.
I mean, most people seen this video before, but yeah, let's show them.
Yeah, look, they on the island, bro. They on the
I didn't know that. But how do you know that's Epps Island though for sure though? Do we get a location of where that's actually? Because that's wild, bro. Because that just look all crazy right there. Yeah, I mean the song is called "The Party," and you on Epps Island with R. Kelly. Yeah, I don't know. So was Jag in this video too? Because if she was in this video, then she was on Epps Island.
Jag wasn't around. This is was this before Unplugged? Because I don't think Jag was around.
She wasn't around these niggas at all.
She wasn't around them at all. She was just.
That's what I'm saying. She wasn't around these people at all. So she ain't on that island. I didn't know they were on that island. I don't know. It's not a good look though, considering what was going on that island. Then you got movies like Blink Twice coming out and all it, and then
Where's that out? Where's that out on?
You got it's only out for like rent. You can rent it or you can buy it. Like Prime Video or something like that.
All right, because we might have to watch it and do it like a review on that, John, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to y'all. Y'all want to see us do a review on that.
Yeah.
I mean, the after party is what he said. The lobby is the hotel party, and yeah, bro, that's where they at. Epps Island, bro. Fly to Epstein Island.
So that's Epps Island, and they bought down R. Kelly and Epps.
And wine.
Yeah,
and Weinstein.
Wow. That I don't know. It's kind of crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
And then the stuff that Diddy was saying, like, oh yeah, Saturday night with Diddy. You know what I mean? You'll wake up Wednesday next to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's Dame right there.
Yeah.
Dame, ain't it? Biggs right there. Dame right there. So that's what I'm trying to say. I understand what Dame's saying and how but bro, you was there, bro. You was on that joint with them, bro. Let's just call it what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Just call it what it is, bro. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I just wanted to pull up and make sure that I was 100% correct with that, cause yeah. Somebody said they all shady.
You sure it wasn't rumored that they was filmed on that island, man?
Bro, that's what they said. The John was filmed on that. Why you think they brought up the Epstein? Why you think he brought up Epstein, bro? That's where it was shot at, bro.
No, he brought up Weinstein.
He brought up Epstein
because that's who he worked with. Yeah, he brought him up, but he said specifically that he worked with Weinstein to do the paid in full project. He ain't never said he worked with Epstein. He said that he worked with
Nah,
Weinstein.
but
he just mentioned Epstein.
They all was working together though. He said Epstein too.
Yeah,
but
I'm trying to find out where they actually where the location of that video
yeah,
was
that's
shot
what, yeah, he talked Epstein, bro. Because he said they all was working with the Weinstein and Epstein, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's believable. But that is just still not a good look.
Nah.
Fiesta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still not a good. That's crazy.
And they got the Armadale and all that. And this time when they was promoting the Armadale. Party.
That's just that's the party. Yeah, the song is literally talk about the party on Epstein Island with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And Epstein.
Yeah.
And Weinstein.
Yeah.
That's
so
that's
bring
wild,
it back
that's some wild stuff right there.
Really surprised that he moved forward with that relationship. I don't know Epstein, so I never had the chance to walk away from him.
He don't know Epstein.
But I do know that when that project did come out, I didn't want any part of that project. I didn't want any of the money to go to Rockefeller or me when it came to Rockefeller. It was around the time that Jay was trying to kind of separate himself from us. And he was saying that he didn't want to be a part anymore. And we resolved that issue with, look, if you want, because he wanted me to dilute and he wanted Biggs to dilute. And I wasn't diluting because I know what I mean and what I do for business. And Biggs was ready to dilute. But our OG, Deuce from St. Croix, kind of stepped in and was like, that's not right. And that's how we resolved it. The way we resolved it was, yo, you keep all the money from that project. I don't want no parts of it. The best of both worlds. So again, I mean, that is true. But you know, I just think that I think homie has to answer some questions right now. That if he doesn't, it just, you know, again, it's going to make people ask more questions. And me, as a person that knew him, you know, I'm very curious to know the stuff that they say about Aaliyah. I mean, I'm human. And when I look at things, like, again, a lot of things are weird right now. So I'm reflecting a lot. So I'm thinking, I'm like, well, homie might, you know, he was salty a little bit because he was trying to get at Aaliyah and I was trying to get at her. But, and I know that there are people that benefited from her death. But for me, when I hear these conspiracies, I'm like, how could they be that powerful that they could get a plane or someone to crash a plane? Like, then they just be, I don't want to say I'm underestimating people, but I don't give people like that. That's like, yo, that's the most illest gangster shit. Some Pablo Escobar, you could actually get a plane to crash. And then, you know, I hear a lot of rumors about me, like I sacrificed her and some dumb shit like that. You know, all those things.
A lot of that shit be the internet shit, bro. A lot of that stuff be from the internet. You know what I'm saying? They start saying that they ain't sacrificing that. A lot of those things stem from the internet with this whole Illuminati belief stuff. You know what I mean? So now every celebrity that dies, or even if they just 90-something years old, they say it's the Illuminati did it or something. Like, you see how they just was able to just come in and actually plant that in people's head to the point people would just start believing it. You know what I mean?
All right, so when you go to Wikipedia, it says yes, the video was shot in Florida. Epstein Island is in Little St. James in the Virgin Islands.
So they didn't shoot
that's
none of
different
that.
location.
So they didn't shoot none of that on They didn't fly and shoot none of that on the Epstein Island.
That's not what it's saying
On
on Wikipedia. It's saying that was shot in Florida. The whole video was shot in Florida. Now, there's definitely some islands in Florida, like the Key West and all that's close to Florida. That's Florida territory, and that's basically its own island. They could have did it there.
Was it Star Island then?
It wasn't Epstein Island, because Epstein Island is in the Virgin Islands.
So it was.
So that's probably just some TikTok. That's probably just some TikTok rumor and shit that's floating around.
Then did they shoot that on Star Island?
I don't know what island they shot it on.
That's in Florida. So.
Oh, okay. That could be the island right there then.
I mean, because
it's not saying which particular island. It just says Florida, and Epstein Island ain't in Florida.
I mean, because we know Epstein did have property in Florida too. Remember, he was even partying with Diddy and all that, because they was all part of that same Star Island community. Even Rosie O'Donnell.
So we gotta before we just say things, we gotta research this stuff before we say it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, that's a shocker to me. I didn't know it was filmed on that island.
And then again, it could be they could just, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people were saying it was shot on the Epstein Island thing. It could have been Star Island, and people just said Epstein Island, and you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But Epstein did have dealings with Weinstein, and he was involved in, you know what I'm saying, in that world, because we didn't see Epstein around all the celebrities. He's been around them all in the entertainment business, at the parties. He's been around it's like the entertainment world knew who Epstein was. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to, like, I don't want to believe that, but it does make me think it through, you know? So again, in this moment, just because there's so much gray area on a legal level, not what I'm suspecting, but like, you know, this shit is now real. Or if it isn't real, people are gonna have to prove that it's not real. And it's a moment where I'm curious, but I if any of that is true, I'd have to talk to a therapist, because I don't know what I don't even know. I can't even like, I don't even want to go down that kind of a rabbit hole. It's just too crazy to think that me as a regular dude was in something that was just, you know, so dark, evil, and so.
I mean, damn, you was there, man. You can't go off the count that what Jag was saying about Jay-Z. Even you was there, bro. Like, she wasn't there, so how could you even go off the account of what she's saying when you was actually there with the nigga? You know what I'm saying? You know, it just don't make no sense to me. Now, like I said, a lot of these industry niggas see Jag running the numbers up. They might be fishing. You know, to bring her on their platforms. And I ain't saying that's what Dame doing, but we see that how niggas move. You know what I'm saying? As far as like wanting to get her on the platform to run the numbers up. Now, Piers Morgan, that nigga know, because he had to even make that statement. Well, we don't know if that's true about Jay-Z, Beyonce. They ain't here to defend themselves. Like, he had to say that. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of these niggas is fishing. A lot of industry niggas is starting to come to the internet because they know that's the only way you're gonna be able to survive anyway, is if you bring your business to the internet. And they know that. So they probably gonna try to attach themselves to anybody that's somebody on the internet to run those numbers up. So that's what I'm saying. You got to start watching these niggas closely. You know
strong and Paul is powerful. That shit like this could even be almost a reality. Like I'm here. Like, why am? So yeah, it's kind of ill, you know, to see the things that affected your life in such a big way, for people to have different variations of what may have happened for someone that I love so much. Like, what would I do if I find out that somebody actually intentionally did that? I really don't know. But it's definitely a weird, it's like, I know that this isn't a regular circumstance, and I try to keep things in perspective. But yeah, like when a dude that really cared about someone hears any story, of course they going to think it through, and especially like a person like myself who thinks in boss in general and in war. Yeah, I don't know.
So during the whole law firm's press conference, they revealed that Diddy allegedly drugged people, and this is including minors, with horse tranquilizers, leaving them unconscious until the next day, and often they were saying felt soreness in their private areas. What's your take on this?
When I heard that, pause. My mind was like blown. So, again, you think of things on different levels. So one level is that shit can't be true. He couldn't be that dark. That's bananas. Pause. Like, it's just too dark. And you think, well, damn, 120 people is a lot of people. But even if 1% of that is right, it's crazy, unforgivable. And then I'm thinking, well, shit, that lawyer, he has a pretty solid history, and it would be pretty embarrassing for them to expose themselves in that way and be wrong. And then I'm looking at, they got the number while they were doing the press conference, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's propaganda 101, bro. That niggas had a hotline, bro. Who does a hotline for victims of sexual assault or abuse and does a hotline on the person that's being accused, telling you to call in if you was a victim of? Who does that? Like, bro. Like,
This particular person, right?
Yeah, like this is the first celebrity they ever done that. Well, that on this level to do that with, to have a whole hotline, bro.
I'm gonna tie up that hotline with people just calling about Diddy when people might have to call about somebody else.
Yeah, like y'all.
That's another thing.
Well, they put that number out specifically for people to call in about Diddy.
See,
and
there
what
you
I,
go.
and
That's
I, and what I think
propaganda 101.
Yeah, like now they know silly people gonna call in and troll, and now I mean people gonna call a number just because it's out there, and they know that. So this was merely just a way to bring eyes to the law firm and put a propaganda piece out as well. You know what I'm saying? 12,000 people call in less than 24 hours. Come on now, bro.
So,
a lot of them people was trolls and just people just calling in just because the number was there. And you know what I mean? Come on now.
To me, I'm like, if it's not true, then they just put a hit on him, because there's nowhere that he can be where messing with little children is tolerated on any level. It's just an unforgivable thing where we're from, regardless of what you've experienced.
Facts.
And, then I'm thinking, okay, if he did do that, well, number one, I'm thinking what they said, from what I understood, is we had 120 separate lawsuits. So that means there's gonna, like, every single day for at least 120 different days, there's gonna be a different lawsuit with different people. And I'm gonna be like, yo, this shit is gonna blow my mind. And they're gonna drag this shit out. And then they're saying they're going to release names, and now I need to really know these names. But then I'm thinking, all right, let's say this shit is true. Number one, it's beyond pause. It's like demon pause. which is when you see demon paws, you don't even play with that person no more. It's like, what do you do?
Demon paws. No.
Yeah, that nigga added a whole twist to
that
the pause
nigga
thing.
That nigga said
Demon
demon paws. I never heard of that one.
He just made it up just there. That's
it. That nigga said demon paws. That's crazy.
I'm like, if that is the case, that's pure evil. That's like devil worship. And people have been putting him on a platform for 30 years straight. And some people knew, but I guess the general public did not. So does that mean that everybody that went to his party and that celebrated him, if that's true, does that mean they were celebrating evil? Is that a form of, like, you know, unconscious devil worship? And what was really disturbing to me about that was that they said that the pattern was they put stuff in people's drinks. And then they would pass out and wake up sore. And number one, I'm like, wow, how many times have I been in an environment where someone tried to pass me a drink and I didn't take it? And now I'm like, who was trying to line me up? And I think, pause, that it's justified and warranted to reflect, because I was around these people and I didn't know they played those games. And it's another level of gangster. So again, I ain't got no problem with people being gay, but if you're pretending you're gay and you're a gangster,
yo, please smash that like button. If y'all just coming in here, please smash that like button and subscribe. Like we said, we covering this Diddy trial all the way through. So if you're interested in us, you know, coming back and giving you these updates constantly, please show your appreciation by hitting that like button right now. If you can, if you got access to it, please hit the like button right now and subscribe to this channel. We definitely appreciate y'all. Okay, let's continue.
that's gay gangster. And you could get robbed of your money, but you also could get robbed of your manhood. And that's a whole nother level of disrespect. And, you know, I'm thinking, I'm like, so I'm remembering when I was on Drink Champs. And then again, I have to think this. So Nori, don't think I'm beefing with you, but I just have to reflect. And I was on Drink Champs and Nori was so adamant about me drinking Ciroc.
No, I can't do that no more.
That was yours, man.
It's over because
No,
not the interview. Come on, Dame.
How about this? We'll finish it with a shot of some.
Can you show Elliot Wilson for me? Well, let's take a shot of vodka.
If we done,
let's take a shot of vodka, Dame.
are we done though?
But vodka,
well, I mean, I don't know if it's needed, but I'll do another one.
You gotta do a shot of vodka. Come on,
at
please.
the end, we're not done.
I fucked with you the whole night. You haven't won.
I said when we finish, we're not done.
No, Tito, help me. Come on.
He's clean.
I'm with you. I'm in with you. Can you want me a shot too, Dan?
But why you gotta put the ice in the shot?
Because you gotta be sophisticated.
All right, you're gonna have ice cubes. I don't know. You're gonna have to do a shot with ice cubes.
Yes, you gotta do a fucking shot with ice cubes.
Big shout out to
this
Puff.
Is good
man.
shit. Oh no, that's good. That's good. I'm sorry. All right, and you gonna take a shot? Let's take a shot, Ciroc.
Go ahead, pour it.
Oh, you want me to pour you? He's a gangster. When a nigga tell you he want him to pour you a shot, that's some gangster.
I just poured yours, right?
All right, well we even. Look. You gonna take mine? Oh, look at that. I'm in. Let's do it. Eye to eye. I told you.
What do you mean? Why do you think it's not?
I don't know why I keep doing this show. It's not proper. I don't know. I went to Runyon Canyon today, and I was like, why did I do this? Like, what did I accomplish?
Can I take the ice cubes out? I never took a shot with ice cubes.
Nah, but you're in my world now. That's that's not gangster. You got to do the whole thing.
Because what's crazy to me is if his hustle is putting stuff in people's drink, he made a liquor. I mean, that's the illest shit in the world. That everybody was partying and you don't know what was in that drink.
Yeah, then Mark Curry say something about that it was bottles, like special bottles that was not to be touched. They only could touch a certain bottles in the VIP, but there's other bottles over there that been spiked that they couldn't touch. Like, damn, Mark Curry said that on the Art of Dialogue interview. Brother, you was there, brother. Mark Curry was there, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these people that's coming forward about witnessing these things, they was there. They either partake in it, or they was witnesses standing by and seeing it. I don't. That's what I'm just saying. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
And if he was undercover gay, because I didn't know it, and obviously if he was knocking men out and they were waking up violated, he's making somebody gay that doesn't want to be gay. So I'm like, what was in them drinks? And then I'm starting to think like, damn, when did hip hop start to lose its masculinity? When did dudes, and again, no disrespect to nobody, but like tough niggas started wearing dresses and pocketbooks, like maybe that could be the reason. And I'm just thinking it through. Like maybe that could be the reason why hip hop took a turn for the feminine, because that shit, if homie was really putting shit in people's drinks and he's making the liquor, and again, I don't know, and I'm not even saying it to be funny, but they saying, homie was putting shit in motherfuckers' baby oil. So how could you trust that person to serve you drinks at such a big scale? So I'm remembering Nori so adamant about me taking a shot of Ciroc, and I'm like, nah. And I brought my own, and now y'all can understand why I always want to make my own. So I brought my own liquor. You know what I'm saying? I was taking shots of my own. And then what happened, I made him take shots of Ciroc, and then he ended up getting too drunk, talking about take your shirt off and all this type shit. It's on tape. So it ain't like you just naturally start to think of things. And then I was thinking, there was this one time.
Whoa.
That.
Damn, I ain't even see that part where he said, no, he told me to take your shirt off. Take another shot of Tiger Bone.
I like the way you do that, Daddy. I like the way you scraping and scrambling for shit.
I like that.
I like that.
All right. Blow this cake out. But he said every day's a birthday on Jinx. Then he said,
it's a birthday. So somebody getting them cakes.
Damn, bro. That's crazy.
When my daughter was 16, Jay had a show. And my daughter wanted to go. So I'm like, yo, I'm not going to deprive my daughter. So, I hollered at Jay, sent the kite, and told him I wanted to go to a show with my daughter. And they accommodated me to the fullest. People were really surprised to see me there. I took pictures with everybody. And again, Emery's my brother, so I would hate to think that he was fucking around like that, pause. But he kept passing me somebody. That was the first time I had tasted that Douce, and I got ridiculously drunk to the extent, and my daughter and I were talking about this the other day, that I was like, yo, I don't get this drunk. Why am I so drunk? And I ended up, wrestling with Kevin Hart. Poor nigga got me in a chicken wing. And I remember Vaughn taping that shit. And I'm like, yo, why you taping Vaughn?
Cereal?
So I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, because homie makes drinks too. And again, just if this is true, these are the things that I'm like just reflecting on. And if Like if I wouldn't have played everything completely by the
Oh, you
book,
pause this real
complete
quick, bro. I
honor.
gotta say
Yeah.
this.
Go ahead,
Dave better
bro.
be careful with that. That could be defamation. He's saying that
Jay,
just
you
take
say?
that Jay gave him some Douce, and he was more drunk than he ever had been off of alcohol before. Like something was basically put in there
Right.
to make it strong. And he's saying this is what they're selling, to the community. So like then he said when he was on Drink Champs, he felt like Nori was drinking the Ciroc, and then he started getting weird and telling Dame to take his shirt off. Like, so this is coming from Dame. It's like, wow. So he's like throwing little things out there that he perceives as true about them and about what they selling in those bottles, those liquor bottles. So they're not saying that they only selling it that they're only using it for the parties, but Dame is saying that they selling that to the public too.
Well, not necessarily them selling it to the public. I don't think he's saying that because I don't think.
He said it. He said it when he was talking about the Drink Champ stuff. He said it. That's what he was saying. He said he said they're selling this to the people too. So it's like.
So he basically saying it's something in them drinks.
Something in them. Period. Right. Period.
Yeah, got to have to prove that, bro. You can't just say that. I mean, we know it's stuff in that malt liquor.
I don't know. I don't drink that shit, so I know that. Tell y'all.
We know when they started pushing that malt liquor on the community. We know they did some things with that malt liquor.
I never drunk any of that, like Ciroc or
me neither.
Douce or none of. I never drunk any of that stuff. So I wouldn't know.
That's crazy though.
Do y'all anybody in here drunk Ciroc and De Leon and Douce and
sure.
all that? Do y'all notice y'all get extra intoxicated when y'all drink those particular drinks?
I mean, shit, you got 180 proof vodka and all that, like rum and all that. You know what I mean? All those different things. That's
but if it's an additive, if it's an additive in them Jones, then.
Yeah, who's to say they ain't putting additives in any
I'm not saying I'm not. Yeah, right. But we don't know. I wouldn't know because I don't drink the shit. So I don't know. That's why I gotta ask y'all.
That's just Negroes liquor, but you know what I'm saying.
I wouldn't know.
A lot of this liquor ain't Negroes liquor anyway. It's they just representing the people that's like Diageo was actually the
Diageo.
creator.
That Diageo shit, y'all.
It's not Diddy's.
All right.
Come to find out that was not owned by a black man.
It was not owned by a black man, even though he said, you know what I mean, that De Leon, owned by a black man. No, it wasn't. Owned by Italian man, owned by a German man.
Yeah. Then I could have been compromised. And what would have happened if I ever woke up feeling some kind of way? Compromise. What would I have done? And then I start thinking, I'm like, yo, homie's really a gangster because that whole time, like after the first Cassie case came out, and he was just out smoking a joint, dancing, like literally to the day he went to jail. He was out in the park. Like you would have never thought a person had all those problems. Like I couldn't have handled that. So what it led me to believe is like, yo, things could be going a whole nother way over there. You'd never know. And then I'm like, how does he keep everybody so quiet? Because nobody's saying nothing. Whoever was down is keeping it real. Like y'all could keep a secret because I don't know who's what. And I'm like, well, I guess if you got something on somebody, then they won't say nothing.
Yeah.
So for me, just hearing the depth of that and the fact that they're putting, homie in it, I'm like, again, if let's say all this time you thought somebody was the truth and that they were perfect, and you fought for them and you argued for them and you celebrated them almost sometimes to the degree of worship. And then all of a sudden you find out that everything you thought they was a lie, and that you've been promoting a lie, and that you've been promoting evil. Even down to, let's say, not this situation, like a conspiracy theory that you really believe in your heart is real, but it turns out to be the purest form of evil. Does that mean you were unconsciously celebrating the devil? That you were the one that was spreading and fighting for the word of evil? And if that does become the case, will you have the accountability to say, yo, I was bugging? And the people that you saw that were fighting for the right reasons to protect you, will you even acknowledge or have any accountability for that?
Woe to those who call good evil and evil good.
Yeah. That's a double-edged.
Woe to those who call good evil and evil good.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah, that's a good scripture to look at.
Yeah.
I mean, to
yeah, like hey
Yeah.
man. Don't kill the messengers. We just being messengers here. That's it.
That's it.
I ain't here to judge nobody or nothing. We just call things for what they are.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? With sober-minded thinking and discernment and fact, as much fact as we can get.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cap going on out here, but there's some real stuff going on out here at the same time. So you gotta be able to shift all through it and get the truth out of it. Yeah, man, you gotta have that discernment. You gotta have that. Without that, you ain't going, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be forever lost.
Please hit that like button, y'all. We almost at 500. We need about we almost at 500 likes, man. Make sure I smash that like button, man. Get us to 500 algorithm purposes, man. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all for supporting. 9dayherbals.com is where y'all should be shopping at. Take advantage of that 20% off. Sell all natural products on there, natural CBD products, natural detox products, natural hair care and skincare products, man. Yep. 9dayherbals.com. The link is in the description. Definitely make sure y'all go over there and check us out. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. Make sure y'all subscribe to Dame Dash America New too, because he is putting out these stories. He's definitely putting out these stories every day. He's actually responding to the whole Diddy thing that's going on, and you know, Jay-Z, Beyonce's, and all the things that's being said. He's responding because I'm pretty sure tomorrow he's gonna respond to Jay, because he said he's surprised Jay hasn't, you know, sent, you know, to shut that down as far as with the Jag being on the Piers Morgan joint and saying all that. Well, Jay-Z did respond. Jay-Z, Beyonce legal teams responded and got all that shut down and deleted all that stuff that made Piers Morgan delete all that stuff that Jag said about them. So I'm interested to see what Dame think about that, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna go probably do a joint on it now. I'm interested to see what his response gonna be to that.
I'm gonna be real with you. No, none of them niggas was perfect in that game.
Nah.
That business was cutthroat.
It's kind of hard for you.
That's why Dame said he left it. That's why he left the music industry, particularly because it's cutthroat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is. It's cutthroat. You see how a lot of those execs, you see how they run things and how it trickled down to the artists. It's all corrupt.
Yeah.
It's all corrupt. They robbing most of the artists of all their money. You know what I'm saying? They get them in these bull crap deals. You know what I mean? They use them for a couple years and then they throw them on the shelf. The only ones that keep continuing to operate are the gatekeepers.
Yeah, we know.
Those are the only ones you see that get 3 decades in the game are the gatekeepers. Everybody else get thrown to the side once they get a couple years of success. And that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because how far are you willing to go to play the game?
Right.
And that's what it is. How far are you willing to go? Because to become a billionaire in that industry, you know you gotta
be a gatekeeper.
Oh, we have 502 likes, man. We appreciate y'all, man.
We appreciate y'all. This is a fire live stream.
Fire live stream, y'all, and y'all made it worth our while. You know what I'm saying? By getting these likes over 500. We appreciate y'all.
We gotta keep the sober minded and the discernment inside the commentary, because we don't hear that a lot on social media. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We don't really see that view a lot on social media. People just like to go with the extreme because that's what gets numbers.
Yeah,
that's why Jag is so popular. But Dame is saying some heavy stuff.
Yeah, Dame saying
he's saying some stuff. Yeah, he's saying some stuff that niggas can send lawyers after him.
Hey, most likely
He's saying that Nori was trying. He was talking like Nori was trying to put something in his drink. And that was something that in his drink that maybe Nori ain't even know that Diddy laced those bottles or something.
And I think Dame doing a lot of reflecting too.
Right.
That's
what he said.
Yeah, he doing a lot of reflecting of the things that that now that's coming out, but over the years, it kind of make you think back, like, damn, was a nigga really trying to set me up or something like that? Or was a nigga really trying, because how things played out, how him and Jay just split parts like that was crazy. And it was like, and then you start hearing other people speak on Jay in a way where they was in the streets, like DeHaven. He speaks about a lot of that, like, damn, like he was like, damn, Jay was in business with somebody that actually was a federal informant, and he was trying to think like, damn, was that nigga a federal informant the whole time? So a lot of these niggas is reflecting on their time that they with the dude. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if any of that's true, so we don't. That's just what they've been putting out there. Like we said, we can't confirm or deny because we wasn't there.
Nah,
but it is a known fact. But it is a known fact that woman that he is in business with Rock Nation was an informant for the feds. Remember the 30 keys, and she turned in cartels. All that's public record. All that's known public record. So
niggas was saying that Diddy was working with the feds. So niggas was saying that Diddy was working with the feds at one
possible.
point.
But then again,
Ye said it on Drink Champs.
But how we know any of these high level celebs that's supposedly allegedly billionaires ain't working with the feds?
They probably have. That's probably a requirement. Because you gotta think about it. At that level, they'd be a threat to national security because their influences are so high. So I think at that high level, I think that the government probably do step in.
And who did they send that Diddy house?
Know about it.
Who raided Diddy house? Homeland Security, bro.
Yeah, because he's a threat to national security, right?
Right. National security basically raided this nigga house, not the regular local police, state police, feds.
Right. This was Homeland Security.
Yeah, this was Homeland Security.
Which means they were saying what we've been saying all along, that he's a threat to national security because of who he could have on those tapes.
Right.
Because he could have some global political figures that if it was to show those tapes, it would upset the political stratosphere to the point so bad to the point that it can cause panic and it could be a threat to national security.
Bro, we never seen them send Homeland Security after Entertainer, bro.
He probably had unauthorized cameras filming some very powerful people that he probably didn't have authorization to film. You know what I'm saying? And they went in there, they used Homeland Security to go in there and make sure they get all the evidence they need. And make sure they not on any of those tapes.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And we still don't know this for fact, but the evidence is sort of leading there because, like you said, they use Homeland Security. Why didn't they just use the FBI or the regular, state police or whatever? They use Homeland Security. That's telling you that they were saying that Diddy is a threat to the global national security, not of just this nation, but period.
and they made sure that was in the media showing Homeland Security going in there and raiding it both home, bro. And they raided both homes simultaneously though, at the same exact time. It's like they timed it. Like yo, they had they was real strategic about that. They planned 2 raids at the same exact time in Miami and California, bro. 2 different states, 2 different time zones. But they was still able to conjure up the resources, bro. You know how much resources it takes to actually raid a nigga house, both houses? You know how much resources that is, bro? That means they really wanted something that he had for them to actually use all that resources on a nigga like that. Bro, they come after terrorists like that, like world-renowned terrorists, world-renowned drug lords like Pablo Escobar and El Chapo and niggas. They use that type of stuff for them type of niggas. They use that for Diddy. So Diddy must have been wrapped up in something that
national security, my G.
That they need national security to get that to it, bro.
He could have probably had some powerful people on tape that was coming after him, like the Diageo. He could have had one of them Diageo niggas on tape, and those are the ones you ain't supposed to have on tape at all. We ain't even supposed to know those niggas exist. All we supposed to see them as just regular alcohol distributors, but obviously they got enough power to crush niggas like Diddy. People as high profile and as wealthy as Diddy, they was able to just crush like that because they were the ones that was feeding. But if you're a company and you're able to give a nigga $100 million a year,
I don't think it was Diageo.
For each liquor brand. Yeah, I mean, you already know what type of family owns those distributors. He could have been sending something like, yeah, y'all trying to sue me, but look what I got on camera.
I don't
remember Kanye was even filming niggas secretly on camera. Bro. You remember Kanye was secretly filming meetings that he was going to with Adidas on camera. So they do be having secret cameras.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's Diageo, bro. I think it's some high level political diplomats on that shit, bro. That ain't supposed to be on there. I'm talking about Saudi Arabia. Saudi, bro.
It could be anybody. Well, I don't know that.
Listen, bro.
Listen, confirm or deny any of that.
Listen, I'm just speculating. This is all just alleged speculating. But a lot of them niggas was going over there in Saudi Arabia when they was building that smart city. We seen Khaled over there. We seen Rick Ross over there. We seen Fat Joe over there. We seen Swiss Beats over there. We seen all these celebrities going over to Saudi, bro. So I'm like, damn, well, what's so special over there that all these niggas is shooting over there? You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, all right, it's for them to send Homeland Security, that means there's some high-level political figures, diplomatic people on that's probably on some of that shit that they don't want to let that out. They don't want that to be out there. I don't see no other way. I don't see no other reason why they would send Homeland Security at two locations simultaneously. That, you know how much resources it takes to even do that, bro?
I'm just going by what was actually happening to him at the time. At the time, he was beefing with, because he was cool until he started beefing with Diageo and he started complaining, oh, they ain't had my agave. Yeah. As soon as he started going back and forth with Diageo, that's all of a sudden Diddy is being accused by everybody he ever did anything to in the past. Bro. That's what and the thing is, we ain't the only ones that recognize that. It's a lot of other even people saying, even 50 said it himself. Ever since the Diageo thing, they've been going after Diddy. Mm-hmm. Because you gotta understand, these people knew that Diddy was committing these crimes for years. If he was or not.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, allegedly committing these crimes for years, because you gotta think about it. They had the government had their eyes on all these celebrities, these tops, because they all could be a threat to national security, because they be tying in with high profile political figures. Because you be seeing them dancing at the conventions and singing and doing comedy, and then they go to the after party afterwards. You seen they was flying Chris Tucker all the way around the world. Bill Clinton and all them was flying Chris Tucker everywhere, and he's an entertainer. See, that's entertainers mixing with politics. So if they seen something or had something on camera or something like that, unauthorized, you're a threat to national security. And we've seen Diddy was helping the campaign for Obama when Obama first started running for president. You know what I'm saying? You seen him, and then Diddy actually threw a party for Obama. So if he had something, so if you want to talk about political figures, you can only tie him to political figures or high-profile individuals that we actually seen them with or did business
They
with.
said, well, they already
Obama
said
was
it.
definitely one of them. Not saying that Obama's on any of those freak-off tapes. We're not saying that. But if you were to say, oh, well, who could it be that's more high-profile than him that was on one of them tapes? It would have to be somebody like Obama. Who would be more high-profile than Diddy but Obama? Somebody that he worked with.
Nah, but
there wouldn't be no other entertainer.
Nah, but it's other world people that's you know what I mean, that they have dealings with, like of the diplomatic people. So I mean that's just what it is. I mean, when you're a billionaire, I mean, them doors
we talking about in the context of the party. He did a party specifically for Obama. You know what I'm saying? He literally, that's what I was saying.
Well, not a party, but a surface level joint, right?
Right. But they say that, but they were saying that the party was happening at even behind the scenes at the surface level joint. Just everybody ain't have access.
Right. Well, I guess we will be seeing who's on.
We don't know, yo. We can't confirm or deny. We can only go by what the nigga actually did and who he worked with.
Well, we will see.
At the public scene.
Well, we will see what happened with that, y'all. Man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We about to get up out of here. We've been on this show almost 3 hours, bro.
Almost 3 hours?
Yeah, like, so.
This was a fire live stream, though. We definitely thank y'all for tuning in. Those of y'all who've been here the whole time or just got in here, make sure y'all smash that like button. You know what I mean? If this is your first time in here, make sure you subscribe. Then smash that like button and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live again and when we post videos.
Yeah, definitely shout out to y'all that's been, you know what I mean, been shopping with us. Like, I mean, we appreciate y'all, man. And y'all have been sharing our videos. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we appreciate all that, man. So shoot, man, we gonna catch y'all on, you know what I mean, catch y'all on the next live stream, next update.
Right.
Shout out to the y'all that became members of the channel as well. You know what I mean? We
appreciate y'all. Right.
Shoot, man. Shoot, and on that note, bro, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We'll catch y'all next joint.
Peace.
I mean, we out, y'all. Yeah.
Do you have neurological pain, chest pain, heart palpitations, headaches, brain fog, anxiety, insomnia, fatigue, and abdominal discomfort? With all the environmental disasters and contaminants plaguing our land, water, air, and food, we need something to counteract all the pollution that is making us sick. This is where zeolite comes to the rescue. Millions of people have been using detoxification supplements to remove harmful toxins, pollutants, heavy toxic metals, as well as to balance pH levels. Lower the risk of risks like cold and flu, support the immune system, and improve nutrient absorption. What is zeolite? Zeolite is a volcanic ash that forms over time when ash and lava react with alkalized water, resulting in a compound with a very strong cage-like structure and a negative charge. Zeolite is one of the most fascinating and powerful nature remedies available. Great to detox and balance your body. Health benefits of detoxing. The removal of excess heavy metals can improve overall health. Detoxification helps balance a body's pH levels. This product provides 30 capsules, 1 month supply, ships within 3 days. Purchase now at Night and Day, netmarket.com, and haven't been evaluated by the FDA. We do not claim our product cure or treat any ailments. Please consult with your medical health care provider to see if ZeoAid will be right for you.